This is our closing night, Passover 2019, and pretty much I'm here with the elder apostles and elders, teachers, great teachers, and great elder apostles, a great millstone, and we're coming together. Hopefully, this is the our last year. We're hoping a lot of things is happening, so we're closing it out. It's a spiritual ceremony, the Passover solemn assembly. And tonight you're able to eat leavened bread. For those of you that been craving pizza or whatever y'all craving.
But you should stay away from that shit.
You should stay
I mean,
away.
every once in the blue moon, look, I'm talking shit, but every once in the blue, look, brother, because the scripture says we should eat our bread the Father amongst the Gentiles. The scripture says we should eat poison. So look, even, yeah, you do try to eat healthy, but we got. I'm talking about what the scriptures are saying, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything, even the so-called healthy stuff, is crap. It's garbage. You understand what I'm saying?
Isaiah, the earth is defiled.
Gun. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. The Apostle Kabbalah said, the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
So that means the food, everything.
Yeah.
Water, everything.
Gun.
It's another reason why Esau got to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, it's coming soon, man. It's real soon. If I may say, and this is real spiritual. The Lord got us gathered, together, because why? It's the Lord's presence is coming to this earth, man. Esau is all messed up, so that's why the Spirit was on the elder Sakaran and the other apostles to bring out a heavy topic. But if I may, I want to read a scripture for Papa Shah. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse, I'll start at 10. It said, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." Speaking about the time we're in now, right? And we know that heat is coming from the thermonuclear missiles.
That's right.
The thermonuclear destruction that the Lord is going to bring, right?
And if I can't say, and it's like possible, the works is what Esau pride themselves in. All their technology and the Spirit's been heavy on the elder apostles' heart to bring out how knowledge shall be increased on a what's that word?
Quantum.
On a quantum exponential quantum level, because Esau thinks that it was because of his power and his knowledge that he came up with it.
Right.
But how the fuck when it took the Industrial Revolution was what late 1800s, early
mid to late 1800s.
but in all those centuries and all those hundreds of years, knowledge didn't increase, and all of a sudden it did. You think that man came up with it? No, it had to be a power, a divine inspiration to put it into man. Like the scripture saying, somebody could get that in Job. While they sleep, the Lord put the instruction into man on what to do.
That's right.
And also in what was that? Proverbs, was that
24 and 20, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, about wisdom, about witty inventions.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it. That's all I had to say.
Yep, let's just read out real quick before we get to the other precept. It says, verse 11, it says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversations and godliness?"
In the spirit. That's why we were speaking. We just got done doing the Sabbath service to close out the Feast of Unleavened Bread for the 7 days.
Yeah.
Because 7 days prior was the Passover. And we kept the Passover. And as y'all know, on the 14th day on evening is the Passover, and which is also the Sabbath, which is also the beginning of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Which, brothers, y'all know, and any of y'all out there that's watching, because we know all kind of people are watching now. If you don't know, all those different events are high holy days of the nation of Israel. And on that night when the sun go down, that's also in the spirit. That is, I don't got to tell you that. Well, that's the Sabbath too. Because if you in Israel, you're supposed to already know it's the Sabbath.
That's right.
Because for the past years, the Sabbath always falls on the I'm sorry, let me say it the right way. The Passover, and if I'm wrong, other brothers, apostles, elders, correct me. The Passover always falls on the Sabbath.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. According to the lunar
the
calendar.
Most High said it, got it that way. It's spiritual. We didn't set it up. We didn't. I'm just telling you the fucking truth.
That's right.
It's not something that Apostle Tahar, we got together. Oh, look, let's make it weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you wicked niggas were trying to say we made it that way, but it really didn't. It just fell that way.
That's it. It's how the Lord set it up. The Most High, see, you got this devil that changed times. The Most High got a divine order that he set up.
No.
It's like he got a boundary. The scriptures tell you the Most High set a boundary that no man can pass. So this devil Esau talking all this crap about going into the future, he's a damn liar, forger of lies, like the scriptures say, because he can't pass that bound. The Most High said he was only going to rule for a small space.
Yep.
So we have to enter that small space, and that's why the Spirit got us together. You know, on high holy days, even more so, and you feel the Lord's presence heavier, which is should be a good thing and a warning for you brothers to know that look, it's time. It's been time to throw it in high speed, high gear. It's time to sacrifice even more. All right, stop all the bickering, complaining, and bullshitting, slacking. Right, it's time to throw it in the high gear. Sacrifice, man. Go all the way out. We in the final, like I said, the championship rounds. We at the end of this thing. Fight, all out, man. Hard body.
That's it.
And that's why the Spirit got us in here doing these things, man. As an example, and to the rest of you brothers, as you brothers do as well, right? So it says, looking and hastening to the coming of the day of the Most High. And see, this is what shows the Lord that you ready, like you serious, man.
Yeah.
When you out there constantly, the Lord said, give him no rest. And when you constantly out there firing off videos, speakings, teachings, prophesying, praising the name of the Most High, you think the Most High can't tell that you ready to get the hell up out of here?
Yeah. And if I can say this other a true, like you got these Christians, right? Now, a true Christian means you're the anointed of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. A true Christian's supposed to be looking forward towards the last world war, the last climax, so to speak, so that this world could end and a new one could come. But these Christians don't never talk about that. They talk as if this world has to keep going. They talk as if America is the kingdom of heaven. But how the fuck is America the kingdom of heaven when
they're not the real Christians?
Yeah.
They're not the real.
Like, you know who I got in mind. You know what I'm saying? The nigga, the motherfucker with the stupid mustache, Vocab Malone, and all his homos. Look, man, the Lord is not with you. And
if I may say this, and I ain't trying to start no other shit, but Vocab, you're not even relevant, man.
Yeah.
You're not even relevant, man. Just go somewhere, man. Okay, until you be destroyed.
Yeah.
You're not relevant,
You're a little
bro.
pissant, man.
You're just a pissant.
I think he's a homosexual, to be honest.
Whatever. You're not even relevant. Just go somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Go somewhere and just jump off the fucking George Washington Bridge. That's it. Because nobody's paying attention to you, man. Because the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is waking brothers up.
Yeah. And he
This
knows
thing
that.
It's growing.
Yeah.
It's blowing up. Why? Because the Lord, it's time. Romans, man.
I'm sorry, Psalms 50.
Now is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So like we're closer to our goal than even we think we are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like yo, this thing is closer than what we even fucking think.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why the scripture said don't be caught in the dark as others. Don't sleep as others do.
Right.
You know, you understand? So you got to be serious about this truth.
Yeah, stay awake, man.
That's it. You got to just do the work. Like you tell certain other dummies, right? But that's how you know Yahweh Shai said what? You shall know them by their fruits. Can a corrupt tree bring forth righteous fruits?
Right.
Or can a righteous tree bring forth corrupt? No.
Right.
So like you tell certain dudes, yo, look, man, whether you get kicked out of a certain group or whatever, look, brother, just do the work. Just
keep on going. Just keep on going.
Yeah, but no. You know what I mean? All you guys that's playing games and all you guys, all you monkeys that's, what we say, using Israel as like a circus, trying to make a circus out of Israel.
Right.
And the word of the Most High gonna fucking bury you, man.
Right.
He gonna fucking bury you. I hate you guys, man. I really have a fucking pure hate for all you goddamn circus, you new age Israelites that's playing around. This ain't no game, man.
Right.
That's right.
This ain't no goddamn game. For real. This ain't a game, man.
Yeah.
This is serious goddamn business, man. You know?
That's right.
And niggas, but that's Jake. That's why the Most High always had to destroy Jake.
Yep. Whip him. What was that?
Yep.
Whip him.
And the Most High is angry, man.
Yep.
The Most High is angry, man.
Yeah, man.
He's coming back to fuck up people, man. All right, when Howard Shai, when he cracked them clouds, there's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers that's gonna be fucked up.
Dead.
I gotta say it like that because the scriptures say that there should be what Yahweh Shai said when the Son of Man returned, there should be weeping and gnashing of the teeth.
That's right.
So what you think that means? So all the families of the earth should mourn.
I got a precept.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 58 and 12 and 13. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for cursing and lying which they speak.
That's a whole lot of stuff.
And that ain't talking about Esau, man.
I ain't talking about Esau.
That's talking about you wicked ass,
niggas.
filthy ass niggas.
That's talking
man.
about you niggas.
Because like the brother said, a lot of them new age cats, right? Like, all right, I'm gonna call them
Abbott and Costello.
Sakari, the Abbott and
Sakari, the Abbott and Costello.
right?
Yeah, man. Fuck you, man.
What all of them got in common? They come up against the apostles on down to the elders of GMS, which are the true teachers out there.
If I may say
whether
this,
you like it or not.
If I may say this, and I got but a bunch of old niggas sitting on the couch.
That's what they
That's
think.
cool,
That's what
man.
they think.
That's what they think.
No, but hold on, check this out, man. That's cool, man. Say what you want to say, bro, and do your videos and try. And that shit is played out, bro. Yahweh Shai gonna kill you, man.
That's it. That's
And
it.
you other niggas, these little roaches down in Baltimore, Adam Abbott niggas, and you talking about we going off. You niggas is kidding. First of all, let me say this, man. You guys,
Elton John.
not to be on no proud, it's reality.
I'm telling the truth.
You little fucking roaches.
Right.
Y'all just, and you know
Upstarts.
what?
Upstarts.
It do bother me to a degree, but it don't bother me because it's the will of the Lord, because the scriptures say that's what it's going to be. What is it? I'm going to quote it right. In Timothy's, First Timothy's, man. First Timothy's, the 4th chapter. In the latter times, some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And then as you read on, disobedient to parents.
That's right.
People are always thinking that means, but you know what? It's twofold.
That's right.
Because that is happening in the earth. That is happening. So the Spirit brings it out. But but the deeper true spiritual meaning is you're gonna have wicked ass evil niggas.
Yeah.
Like Apostle Tahar always said for years, and we've said, you niggas learned under us, man.
Of course.
Right.
Okay, if you didn't learn under us, like this the one Westers, right?
Yeah.
Like all you other niggas that's out here doing your thing, you punks. Okay,
Snotty
you
nose.
suckers, like MC Jam said, you suckers, right?
Suckers.
Yeah, right. You guys, y'all talking about the one Westers, right? Yeah. These little young niggas that just came here yesterday.
I don't even know nothing about
If you didn't learn from Apostle Tahar or the Apostle Gabar here, myself, Apostle Alama, on down to these elders that's here in the room, as far as GMS goes, y'all niggas learned under us.
That's right.
Or if you didn't learn under the GMS banner, I'm panning the camera back, so to speak.
Yep.
You learned under Nate,
IUIC, yep.
or you learned under Johanna,
Yep.
right?
GOCC.
I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or GOCC.
Yeah.
But, or even Sabat.
That's right.
I'll add him Sabat.
Right.
Or even Comfy.
Yeah.
Right?
They call them one Westers.
Or the one, because we're all the groups that we named just now, those are all the one Westers.
Right.
That's right.
And then all of us
That's what
learned under King Marshall, primarily High Priest Ariyah, and Yakov, the men on the wall right there. Right? The one Westers, right? So to speak. Okay? So the point I'm making, all you other splinter groups, y'all learned under the men that learned under those two men. And we must mention, of course, High Priest Yakov.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
Who was a major component in all
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And at this, well, sitting in this room, even some of the men in this room, aside from myself and Apostle Gabar, which it feels real good to be in the room with these two apostles, right? Myself and Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ram as well, and these other elders, but I'm just going to narrow it, I'm just telling truth and history. Myself and Apostle Gabar, we used to live with that man.
Yeah. Same building.
Yeah.
Okay, we lived with him.
I testify to that.
That's right. Okay, so like we go back, and we know High Priest Ariel. We knew High Priest Yaquab.
Yep.
Personally.
We used to look after him.
Yep.
You know,
Okay,
personally.
am I lying, Apostle?
No.
We used to look after him, take care of him. Okay, we knew that. So, and coming up in the Apostle to heart, so we learned under these men. And then these elders came up, and then these elders, some of the elders like primarily this Elder Menazar, Elder Tazadaba, and Sacramento, of course, Apostle Rambam, they was in One West. They go back to One West. Okay? So, us, a lot of you niggas that out there so-called doing that thing, you learned under us.
That's right.
Well, if you didn't learn under us, you learned under Nate. Now let's go into Nate. Nate was with us at one point.
That's right.
These brothers know Nate personally.
Yeah.
Nate used to come up
We
here.
read for him.
He used to come up here in Connecticut.
I had the schools at the house.
Okay, Nate, he could deny it. You dumb niggas in his church, y'all could believe his lies. He used to come right up here.
Yeah.
Connecticut.
I remember the first
To
time.
Connecticut.
To the school.
With Apostle Tahar. We all driving up in the same. Nate was under Apostle Tahar.
Yep.
That's right.
So if y'all learned under Nate, really, you really learned under Apostle Tahar anyway.
That's right.
Okay? Let's keep it real. And even Comfy. Because Comfy was an understudy of Apostle Tahar too. And One West. You see what I'm saying? That nigga bubble-eyed black ass, he came
After.
he came way later on. He came like 10 years later. By the time he came along, we had already split. But the point being, he came up under, so y'all came up under the One Westers. So how can you boast, that's what in the scripture, boast not against the branches?
That's right.
What you got to say, man?
Because thou bearest not the root.
I got one here.
We ain't supposed to do that. Now, I'm gonna say this before the brother read it. Some of you niggas, what the fuck y'all? Y'all say, well, y'all, wow, wait a minute. I heard y'all talking about y'all. Yeah, you can get on, man. But we still kept that respect.
Yeah. And none of you would have known about High Priest Ariel or King Mashal if it wasn't for us putting up videos about them. It wasn't until we started putting up videos about them that them other One West groups started putting up stuff about it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, King Marshall prophesied about High Priest Ariel
Yeah.
at night at the
Oh, yeah.
Cornelius
Yeah,
house,
oh boy, that's a whole
I
nother
remember
side.
that.
which it went way over a lot of guys' heads.
They didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yeah, King Marshall said, y'all talking shit about Ariel. He better read the third chapter.
Yeah.
Read
That's
that
right.
third chapter.
And
That's right.
he didn't say,
We knew.
yeah, he didn't say Zechariah the third chapter.
He just said the
He said
third
y'all just better read the third chapter.
Yeah.
Now we knew
Yeah.
with Apostle Tar and the rest of, me and you,
Yeah,
and the rest of the brothers, which primarily were from Connecticut.
Yeah.
We knew exactly what King Marshall
I
was
remember.
talking, because we had that smile on our face.
That's
We
right.
knew he was talking about Zechariah the third chapter.
That's right.
Now, when you go in Zechariah the third chapter, it talks about who? Joshua the high priest.
High priest.
So indirectly, King Marshall was saying, this is Joshua the high priest. He's going to have those filthy garments, which that's him associating with comfy. But according to the prophecy, those filthy garments are going to be taken away from him. And that's why, as of late, he's been bumping into high priests. Well, at that time, it was known as high priest. But he's been bumping into Elder Apostle Tahar.
Yeah.
Because that's those filthy garments are about to be pulled from him.
Yeah.
We got to wait and see how it goes down. But
Come.
we know eventually he's going to be brought back to the he's going to be taken from the dark side and brought back to the light side. And King Marshall prophesied that before he passed away.
That's right. He did.
set already.
Yeah, yeah, you can't. Yeah, because he's part of. Well, like it says in Zechariah the third chapter, the angel protested, "Is this not a brand plucked out of the fire?" Read it. Go ahead and read it. So that's High Priest Ariel.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what kind of filthy garments he has on.
Yeah.
The point is, it will be taken away from him, because he's a brand plucked out of the fire.
That's the prophecy.
That's the prophecy.
You can't escape prophecy.
And we don't care if you can't see it, then you ain't part of the elect. You ain't meant to see it, man.
Yep.
What you will see is a nuclear missile. You'll see that, and then that'll be the last thing you see.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. This is Zechariah 3. We start the first verse. So we're going to
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead and start the first verse.
Prophecy, man.
It says, and he showed me Joshua.
Because prophets deal with what? Prophecy.
Prophecy.
This is part of the prophecy.
That's right.
All right, and the Lord said He showeth His secret unto who?
The
His
prophets.
servants. So this is a secret.
Amos 3 and 7.
Yeah, Amos 3 and 7. Go ahead.
If you tell somebody a secret, not everybody gonna hear the
Not
secret.
everybody gonna get it. Not everybody
gonna
gonna
hear
hear
the
it.
secret.
Right.
It says, and he showed me Joshua the high priest.
Now, who is Joshua the high priest? Is he not back?
Yes.
Ecclesiastes say that.
That's right.
Go
And then
ahead.
back then you had Zerubbabel and Joshua the high
There you
priest.
go. That's right.
You know, those are the two main, and they were
Those
the
are
Lord
two
always
main
did
guys.
2 or 3. You know,
Underneath your house,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then some of you guys be asking these off the wall space,
Yes,
breakdowns.
questions.
But then if you ask, who was the second in command or third in command underneath Peter, of Yahushua's men, you wouldn't even know. But you want to know about all these other way out stuff,
And I get those on my let me tell you, that man, and I'm pretty sure your apostles and elders concur. I don't answer it.
No.
So a lot of you guys, when you come on my page asking me stupid shit, I don't respond. Certain questions that are like simple shit, I will answer. But you come on there, basic shit y'all can't get.
Right.
Case in point, a lot of you guys don't even get reincarnation.
Right.
Right? But then you come, wait a minute, brother. Yeah, you get crazy, stupid. Yep. I'm not going to answer you, man. No. Why? Because the scripture says, answer not a fool and his father.
Well, Yahushua said that they strain in the net and swallow a camel.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, trying to say that, look, the littlest things of the spirit, they can't get. But then they trying to deep,
Extra deep.
in the scriptures, and they can't even do that.
Right. I got a quick precept. Quick precept.
Then we're gonna go back to Zechariah.
I just got a quick precept. Proverbs 26:4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him.
That's very important, brothers. It's very important. That scripture right there. Every bozo that come up, whether you be on the camp or on the comment boards, you ain't gotta answer respond.
Right. That's right.
Cast not thy pearls before the swine.
Thank you.
And don't get on that. Don't get all bent out of shape with the doing. Nah, that's not wise, man.
Oh, and I'm gonna start something real quick. That goes to the scoffers.
Yep.
Y'all knew the scoffers attack us. I don't give a shit. Like y'all, come on, y'all know we've been attacked. they goes to the point of they'll put our picture up. They'll put out if you got your woman, your kids, and they'll all kind of go on to your purse. Y'all see us doing videos because that's what they want. We never responded to it. We let the scoffers do their thing.
Let the scoffers do the scoffers.
Because at the end of the day, that's a lot. Once again, like what the Apostle Paul said, it's all about prophecy. The prophets deal with prophecy. See, we had a time in this prophecy where, listen, we ain't gonna address bullshit, man. Yahushua, first of all, Yahushua told him, look, you answer this question first. Yeah. Oh, you can't? I ain't saying shit to you. I ain't gonna answer you. Yeah. So this is heavy heat right here about Joshua. This is reincarnation. And those whose heads it go over, then it wasn't meant for you anyway. That's why Yahushua constantly say, he that have ears, let him hear. Let him hear what the Spirit said. Yeah, that's right. That's why Yahushua said that. So if you can receive it. If you can receive it. Yeah. Because not many men can receive these sayings.
Thank you.
And then some of the scriptures are like hard sayings for certain men, meaning that they can't understand. They can't wrap their brain around it.
They call them dark sayings.
Going back to King Marshall, something made him say that.
What
made him say that?
The Spirit.
The Spirit.
The Spirit came on him to say it,
brother.
Right.
About because he got mad.
Because of the big uproar, everybody was talking. That wicked going back to the house of David.
Yeah, he was like in a trance.
He was in a trance. And everybody they started talking shit about High Priest Ariel. You had that fucking Naquan or whatever. I would kick his head off.
Yeah, Sahaja
said fuck Ariel. Right? So all them wicked niggas, they were sitting there talking shit about High Priest Ariel. And to show you it was the spirit and the character, because at that time, they were sitting there slandering King Mashah.
That's right.
But he was in the spirit. He didn't sit there and say, yeah, fuck off. No.
He didn't get emotional.
He didn't get emotional at all. He stayed in the spirit.
Yeah,
and like the Prophet said, he was in a trance.
Yeah, and now that this guy's been indicted, you know that got to mess with High Priest Ariel.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, he looks at that and say, yeah, you know.
He knows.
So we got to wait and see how the Lord is. The Lord is dramatic, but let's go back to the prophecy.
Yeah, I finished that. That was just quick.
Because, you know, the Spirit God is bringing it out.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Let's go into it.
Yeah, because we only got a couple more minutes. Like we said.
All right, Zechariah.
This don't got to be no drawn out thing. Spirit of the Lord is quick.
Zechariah chapter 3, verse 1. And he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and Satan standing at his right hand.
Yeah, that's comfy.
Yeah.
But you can see Satan is being moved out of the way.
That's right.
Nigga might go to the big house, man.
That's right.
We'll be washing Big Harold's drawers.
Dropping swords. Dropping
you must watch. I watched all three of the videos.
Yeah.
But they entertaining as hell.
Oh yeah.
They are entertaining as hell.
Well, we sit back and watch it and laugh.
Because
for years we knew that guy's gonna eventually hit a brick wall.
Humpty Dumpty.
Eventually we knew that Did we not say that?
Yeah, man.
When we started producing the videos back in 2007,
God.
we always would talk about comfy.
Yeah.
The Spirit had us always talking.
Yeah.
Now look, you see, so we knew. We knew.
Yeah. Well, the scripture say, if this counsel of this work be amended, will come to naught. They were always saying that we by so and so, you guys not going to be on the streets no more teaching.
Prophesying against us.
Right.
So
and
what?
everything that they prophesied against us went right back on them.
Yeah.
And a lot of you people ain't got a fucking, which is the Lord got you bugged out. But a lot of you people can't put it together that, wait a minute, they falsely prophesied against them, so they must have been telling the truth.
That's
'Cause
right.
everything we said about them is sticking, man. He went from being a Byzantine king to being a Byzantine bitch.
Yeah, dog.
He's about to be a Byzantine bitch,
And
man.
they made an action figure of this guy.
Yeah.
Which is idol worship.
And that wasn't no accident. Esau did. They said, man, make that motherfucker look like Michael Jackson. Give him some good
Yeah,
black.
it was light
They did
skin.
that shit. Look, the higher up said, who the fuck this nigga think he is, man? Said, look, we gave him a little bit of money. He gave him beside himself. That was the most side. That's what the devil does. The devil turns on you, sell out niggas.
Yeah,
man.
man, that's what you get. Yeah, they made him look like a leprous gingerbread
Before he
man.
reads that, I say this one thing.
Absolutely.
Before he reads it, being that the Lord is getting comfy. Now remember, that was like almost 20 years ago, or 15 to 20. He was coming to, like, and it's not about us. He served the Lord, man. I always say this at the camp, the Spirit of the Lord get on me. I say, y'all, all of our enemies, y'all see us, and y'all come against us, but you're not thinking about the power that's behind us.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And the thing is this, the Lord started with comfy. The most I noticed through the Spirit of the Lord works like a tornado in a succession.
Yep.
Now, our current enemies, we would like to see the Lord deal with them, right? But comfy did a lot of wickedness.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Most High, that's why I'm a Shaja, terrible demon-like power. He works okay, all this time has been going, and our enemies, we have more enemies, people coming against us, but then the Lord, how he do it alone. He goes back, he backtracks,
Requiring
and
that
it works his way up.
For the time will come when judgment must begin at the house of the Lord.
Yeah.
And it said that they began at the ancient of the house. I
Yeah.
mean, which that was going on back then, but really,
Ezekiel 9:4.
yeah, you could apply it to now also.
And the problem is, a lot of these niggas forget that the Lord is long suffering. See, the Lord is long suffering, so he'll let you think you got away. Comfy thought he was selling away, into his kingdom. He had the tour buses, he had the groupies, the hoes, retarded Edomite bitches on his job.
Wait,
right?
He moved from Hackensack to Burlington County.
Burlington
That
County.
nigga was living in Bel Air.
He had all kind of houses and all riches, but the Most High is long suffering, man. The Most High sit there and let you get puffed, just like this devil. Look at Esau. You still got Trump. Trump acting like ain't nothing changed, man.
Rename the title.
Trump acting like it's the same old shit.
That's
You see the spirit that's on Trump. Trump talking big shit like he's about to be the man forever, man.
I'm gonna say this, man. Hey, brothers, we're gonna read the scripture. We're gonna read this. We're in the spirit, but I'm just gonna say this, and then the Lord is gonna. Hey, the Most High is a bad dude. Now he did IUIC, y'all get it, man. Dude, the Most High is serving. He's serving y'all, man. He's getting comfy, but then at the same time, IUIC, y'all getting it, man. Y'all getting it. And every single last one of y'all scoffers. I don't care. Even the private scoffers that we don't know about. What does the scripture say? The Most High said his eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. So y'all all gonna get caught, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because what you did when you was coming against us, y'all carnal, man.
Yeah.
Y'all were looking at men. We're not carnal men. We're spiritual men.
Yeah.
Yo, we ate it. We ate everything. Hey, man, we ate everything that was put before us.
Yeah.
You know, by the scoffers and hey, man, we ate it. We ate everything like a
Drink it down.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
a starving
like
man.
Job. Job drank affliction down and mercy down like water.
Well, what did the Lord say? He said, before honor comes what?
Humility.
So we have to be humiliated first.
Right.
Now comes the honor.
And now them guys were.
We've gone through the humiliation. So what's the flip side of that? The honor.
First should be last.
But what they didn't
Beginning
know,
with Elder Apostle Tal now.
what they didn't know, we had already been dealing, unbeknownst to them,
Right.
we had already been dealing with that for years.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
And they were honored first, and now they're being humiliated.
We walked into a council one time.
Well, they wanted the honor first.
They
Like
wanted the honor.
to put the cart before the horse. You get the honor first, you're gonna get the humiliation
Right.
later.
Hey,
Because
brother.
it's got to be balanced.
Yeah.
So it's better you get the humiliation first,
Right.
then you get the honor.
Exactly.
But Apostle Paul, no
Yeah.
witness. Yeah, man, it got to a point where we wasn't even going to the school. I'm talking about going back in time.
Oh yeah,
One West, Apostle Tahar, the boss, myself.
Yeah.
We got to a point we got so disgusted.
we taught on the tables. The
We
oil
were
tables.
teaching on it, and we were, and we'll say it. We were telling the brothers,
Yeah.
"Hey, brother, don't go to school."
Well, you had that one guy from the Bronx, David. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're teaching a lot of individuals
We were
on the
teaching.
table.
We were teaching like a mother effort. And
my
dudes were like, y'all want to go to
It's a
school.
little bit for the, you know,
And it
okay,
was
slack,
us,
slack.
me and Apostle Tahar, we would be primarily on the tables.
Yeah.
And Apostle Tahar would come,
Yep.
and we would tell dudes, look, brother, don't go to school. And then when Apostle Tahar would come,
It'd be like a class.
it'd be like a class, and then Apostle Tahar didn't curse us out and say, hey, look, man, don't be telling brothers no more.
Yeah.
The Apostle Tahar be right in sync with us.
Yeah.
It was spiritual.
Well, he was always apt to teach. Just
Yes.
there was never a moment when he wasn't apt to teach.
Come.
I ain't making no money, man. The hell with teaching.
Yeah.
Sometimes we wouldn't even care about the money.
We wouldn't
were
care
gonna
about the
make.
money. We just teach.
We just taught.
We teach.
And yeah. So
And then Apostle Tahar would come and be like, right in sync with, you know what, brother, you know what, man, don't go to the school, man.
Yep.
Right now, you know, the elders are there, but there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
This is back in One West.
Yep.
Okay? So, we would come to the school if King Mashah,
yep.
the man in the green up there, would summon us. We would come.
Yeah.
Like Apostle Tahar, hey, but we gotta go, you know,
Well, we were summoned a couple of times.
you were summoned to be.
Yeah, by King Marshall.
Yeah, they brought the council. So they don't get it. Man, we were summoned before the school, and we get there, and we walk to that door. And you brothers that been the one with that swinging door, walk in that mother effer. And the room was already standing room only.
Yeah, packed.
All eyes on us. And then they would just come with book. And you guys, man, are wicked. Y'all not right. This, that, and the third. And it was me and the apostle here. We only listen to apostle. And you want to know what? I'm going to say it now. Yeah, that was true. That was true. You niggas were right. That was my attitude at the time. Yeah, no, pre-adventure, King Marshall, of course I would listen to them.
Well, where the fuck are those guys? They're all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much all of them went back in the world.
Yeah, but back then,
Yeah.
I could tell, now I can admit it. Yeah, nigga, I only listened to Apostle Tahar at that time. Still to this day, but
Because the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai was speaking.
Yeah.
Apostle Tahar. So
that's
why
the truth. That's a
that's why
true
we
fact.
listen to him.
Yeah.
you know?
At that time,
Yeah.
that was my attitude. My attitude, all the rest of you generals, F y'all, man. That was my attitude.
Because the Lord used him to guide us, me and you,
Come,
to guide us through the truth.
Come.
That reminds me of what King David said. He leadeth me beside the still waters.
Come.
He restoreth my soul. So you got to be led in this truth.
come.
You got to have certain men to lead
Yeah,
you
come.
and show you the right way in this knowledge. And you young brothers, you should take heed to that. You until you get to a certain level, you have to be led.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be led. Man.
I'm the tutors to the
Until the time
Lord.
appointed of the Father.
Yeah, that's what those
Yeah, let's go back to that. 'cause,
Yeah, cut.
You know,
Cut.
yeah, I want to bring that up.
It says, and he showed me, this is Zechariah chapter 3 and 1.
So read about Satan again.
Cut. A matter of fact,
Because that's comfy, man. Who the hell is that? Yeah, read about Satan. What Satan did now?
verse,
What do you-
it says, and he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord.
And I'll say
Satan,
this: he that hath ears to hear, let him hear. That's High Priest Ariel.
Come.
Okay, and even King Marshall confirmed it before he passed away.
Yep.
And we all know that King Marshall was a man of the Lord.
Come.
We know who he is in the spirit.
Yeah,
We know
that's
the
King
Lord is.
David.
He even said it. You know,
That's right.
when I go to the Most High,
He works.
he listens to me.
Yeah.
King Marshall said that.
That's real
You
talk.
know?
And he said he was in the spirit too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I remember one point, man. I know y'all brothers remember too, because they was talking all that stuff, and he never was one to say that he was King David.
Nope.
But then one time, he's so mad, he's so just like how the brothers say, he's so frustrated. And you niggas and vexed with you fucking scoff and low life niggas. He said, "You better hope I'm not King David."
Well, you will
I heard him
remember-
say that.
You
I
will
heard him say that.
You will remember he was always. They were always disrespecting him.
That's right. Because they were trying. They were.
That's
trying,
how you. Yeah. That's how you know.
They were trying to send him home.
Yeah.
Yep.
They were always disrespecting
Disrespecting.
King Marshall.
Trying
Well,
to
no,
send
Nate,
him and everything. Yeah.
Well, Nate was one of them. Nate was one of the main
Nate was the
guys.
guy that said it. Y'all remember y'all was there.
Yeah.
Who the one that stood up and said it? Why that? We think about I just got out. You
Yeah,
black fuck.
Yep.
I'm sorry, man,
But it's true. You know, like in other words, they try to have him like a figurehead,
Right. Yeah.
but they really didn't want him involved in the business.
Just like Comfy and Ariana.
Exactly.
And then it was heavy because, and it showed you Apostle Tar is a prophet, a great man of the Lord. And we remember, and Apostle Tar brings it out. After they kicked us out,
Oh,
right?
he told.
Right, I remember he told King Messiah. He
They're
said,
gonna
"Look,"
kick you out
he
next.
said, "You're gonna be next. They're gonna kick you out next."
They did.
And
Nate,
sure
Nate was
enough,
part of it.
it happened.
Yeah, they damn sure did.
Well,
So that's
Apostle
heavy.
Paul says this before we go right back into the scripture. First of all, when that split, when we left One West, they wasn't in the plans for us to be there.
Right.
Meaning the Apostle Tahar, the Bob, myself,
Okay.
and these Apostle Love and we were known as the Connecticut camp.
Right.
They didn't want us there.
No.
They really was hoping that we would have stayed
Yeah.
in One West.
Yep.
Why? Because they knew how Apostle Tahar is.
Right.
So they knew what that Tahar come, man. He gonna
They knew he was a no-nonsense man.
a troublemaker,
Yes.
so to speak, in their
Yeah,
eyes.
but mainly a no-nonsense
Con.
type of
Right.
guy. And those guys are full of nonsense.
Yeah.
It was slack. They did the work when they felt like it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
And Apostle Elatar is nothing like that.
No.
Yeah.
You know, his thing is all about the work. The work.
Yeah,
The work.
It's always
Doing
been
the
that
work.
way.
Those guys weren't like that.
Yeah.
That's why they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
The scriptures speak about you got to be either hot or cold.
Right.
If you're lukewarm, and those fucking guys were lukewarm.
Yeah.
We know because we came up with it. If you're lukewarm, what did the Lord say? He goes spew you out. And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
In the course of time, he spewed them out of. That's why they ain't around no more. Right? Now, please go back to Zechariah.
Start at the devil.
What did say?
What did Satan do?
Satan about to go to prison for tax evasion.
Satan.
Hey, don't drop the ivory.
Yeah,
You better take that blouse off. Don't wear that blouse in prison.
Go ahead, brother. Go
And
ahead.
he showed me Slacky.
Hey, mark these words, man. That him going to prison. That's the turning. That's the turning on the wheel, man. That's a major thing, man. That ain't no lightweight thing.
No.
You know.
Major, man.
That's why he was so heated. He's mad at the niggas. He called them roaches and
Well, that's
stuff.
beautiful.
And then Lord got them bugged us like a thorn in his side, man.
That means a lot of shit's gonna come out.
Yeah. You see the wheels turning.
Yeah.
And all we gotta do is sit back and watch.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard Shah said it.
Yeah.
He said, "Watch as well as pray."
That's right.
So all we gotta do is sit back and watch.
And hey, the Lord is just because all y'all seen us out there from the head apostles on down, all of us, we've been telling y'all what the deal was.
That's right.
But a lot of y'all was in your feelings, you was emotional,
Yeah.
and y'all chose not to repent. I'm talking about all you other different Israelite groups out there, man. Y'all sat there and had your little side. Them niggas said that Al Capone is an Israelite. Or they talk about Cornelius being Israelite. They talk about the mark of the beast. They fear mongering. That's all the chitter chatting.
If I can add to what you're saying,
Yes, sir.
You remember the videos that they were doing, the wall of fire,
Wall of Fire.
how they were
Parody
coming in,
videos,
they were
yeah.
doing the parodies and
Yeah.
all. Where's
Yeah.
that now? Where is it?
Right.
What happened to it?
No
Well,
way.
why did well,
Laugh
Lord,
now.
you that laugh now, for you shall know and weep.
Y'all remember that, right? 2007, 2008.
Yes.
Then we gonna stay on you. Remember that fat
Yeah.
nigga?
Fat Joe.
He's in the truck, you know. Yeah, niggas, we're on our way to do the work. We're in the motorcycle truck. Where's the motorcycle truck? What
Yeah,
happened?
wait. The Spirit had his mugshot, right? His mugshot.
Yeah.
So he stole some. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he
Yeah.
He stole some
The Lord moved him out of the
we got his
way.
mugshot.
Oh, didn't he prophesy that we wouldn't be? He said about GMS, we wouldn't be out on the street coming in October. Y'all ain't going to be on the corners. Blah 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 blah. Where the hell is that nigga? Where is he?
Well, actually, Yanaba said, because Yanaba knew his family, he was doing taxis, man, out in the Bronx.
Yeah, he ended up dropping. Yeah, Comfy cut him off.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was broke. And he was broke.
Whatever the reason
Where's
is,
Pookie at?
whatever the reason is, the nigga gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
All right, cut.
Good.
Zechariah 3:1.
Yeah, good riddance.
It says, and he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord, and
Right.
Satan standing at his right hand.
So we know who Satan is.
Cut.
He about to do a bid for tax
That's heavy,
evasion.
man.
That's
That's
right.
heavy.
What you ain't here for, Blanquito?
That's right.
Taxi day.
Go ahead.
At his right hand to resist him.
Yeah, resist. That's what that guy been doing. Yeah. Now he's going to be out of the way. So we got to wait and see how the Lord is going to play it. How he's going to play
That's
it out.
heavy. Resistant. Meaning,
Yeah, resist him.
since Comfy been in power, he's been the reason why Happy Sariyah hasn't been
Exactly.
teaching the truth.
Yeah. He's the catalyst.
He's the catalyst.
Also, High Priest Shaw. We can't
High
forget
Priest
High Priest
Shaw,
Shaw.
of course.
Because he's a man of the Lord.
Which,
High Priest
I
Shaw.
get angry as hell at High Priest Shaw. So does Apostle to her.
Yeah.
But I still love him.
Yeah, he's a man of the Lord.
Yeah.
And we even know who he is. That's Thomas.
Yeah.
We told him to, you know how we know?
Boy.
Was we told him to his face.
And that wasn't too cool.
And he got mad. He got mad as hell. Boy, how in the fuck do you know? That proves it. Now, y'all want to laugh. Y'all want to laugh. Now, Apostle Elder, if he's watching, he knows this. We rented a video about the 12 apostles. And they had the one guy who played Thomas. The guy looks like a light-skinned Shaw.
Well, but no, we all
It was
watched
a
that
big
video
burly,
together.
yeah, it was a big burly guy.
Edomite version of Shaw.
Yeah, Edomite version of Shaw. Even kind of talk like him in the movie.
I tell you what movie it was.
Okay, you got a better memory than me.
No, because we watched it together.
Yeah.
And Apostle to her
Yeah.
years ago, back in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was with my man, Marcus Von Z. The greatest story ever told.
Yeah.
He played so-called the Messiah.
Right.
But he's a real demon. But anyways,
Right.
they had the 12 disciples.
Yep.
And then the devils, like, it's spiritual.
Yep.
Because the guy, the Edomite that played
Thomas.
we all said, man, that's Shaw.
As we were watching it. This guy's Shaw.
He was a big,
burly guy,
just like Happy Shaw.
Just like High Priest Shaw. Yeah.
And the dude talked like a Happy.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
He said, we knew this thing was the truth.
Yeah.
He was talking, he had his men that an Edomite version of
Yes.
Happy Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, man.
So it's spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2. And the Lord said unto Satan,
What Satan do again?
God, yeah, right? And the Lord said unto Satan,
Yeah.
the Lord rebuke thee, O Satan.
So the rebuke is coming down.
That's right.
You know what's going on even as we speak.
That's right, man.
Even the Lord that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee.
Go ahead.
Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire?
Plucked out of the fire. So no matter what, his position is set. He's a brand plucked out of the fire. The fire, in other words, the fire is not going to consume him.
Right.
Yeah,
Precept real quick.
absolutely.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire,
There you go.
and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Yeah. And why, I ask you, why is Apostle Elder Tahar keep running into High Priest Ariel? Why?
Yeah, man, it's going of the Lord.
Yeah. Why? There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so things are happening. Things are, and the Spirit got us talking about. Originally, you had a different title, but you're gonna have to change that title.
Yeah.
But it's totally spiritual. It's the Spirit.
Which technically, the Apostle Gabar, it kind of ties in because it's gonna be Zerubbabel and Joshua.
There you go.
The beginning the temple, this third temple.
The prophecy can't be broken.
Exactly.
So Yahushua said it best.
Technically,
Not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass till all be fulfilled.
fulfilled.
So what we're reading, isn't that going to be fulfilled? Who is that talking about? The Lord said he revealed his secret unto his servants the prophets. Are we not his prophets?
That's right.
Should we not know the secret? All right then. So that's why the Spirit got us going.
If Apostle Gabar, I may say this too, all you niggas that talk about, and it's the Spirit that the brother here has the picture on the wall, King Marshall. Don't forget about him.
Yeah.
Well, that's our king.
That's right, man.
Please, can somebody please get Hosea 3 and 4?
Con.
There's another
There
prophecy.
you go.
Oh,
Them other guys don't talk about King David.
Yeah.
Them other groups. Do they talk about King David?
Hell no.
Even when we went to Canada, you will remember.
That's right.
Apostle Elder Ricard. When we went to Canada, was it Canada? Yeah, Canada.
Toronto.
The dude from Detroit.
Toronto. Yeah.
The
Johnny Cochran.
We call him Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, we call him Johnny Cochran.
Even his
Yeah.
church, he said, he
had
showed
their
us,
own King David.
they had their own King David. He
Yeah.
showed us a picture of a guy, he said, this is King David.
Yeah.
Now we didn't, nigga, you crazy. We just said, oh,
was
okay.
okay, cool.
We was all cool with him.
Yeah.
But even they acknowledge that that King David will be sought
different
out in the last days.
Each one of them had their
That's
own
the
King
point.
David.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
We had out, which we know, but they all had their own. This is up in Cruise in Toronto, Canada.
And that was another monumental occasion because
Yes, it
Elder
was.
Apostle Tal called us out of the blue.
Yeah.
Especially me. I was in the Bronx chilling
Yeah.
with my ex-demon.
Yeah,
and out of the blue,
I didn't
2
know
in the
where he was
morning,
going.
2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, he calls me, he said, hey brother, you want to go to Canada?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, we was, but we didn't know we was going on.
We
that
didn't know
trip.
it was going up.
I mean, the
Man's
trip-
goings of the Lord.
We knew the trip was going, but we thought he was going. Remember, our rank at that time was we were like lowly off. No,
We're lowly guys.
we had rank, but it was like low rank.
Yeah.
You know, so we didn't know we knew Apostle Tazaka one. You know, she was a high ranking one. We thought it was gonna be them top generals.
Yep.
We didn't know we was going on that trip.
Yep.
They were building it up. They were gathering money for the trip. And then I remember the day. You know, I was on the table at Bowling Green.
Yep.
Apostle Tahar, I was on the table that day. You happened to be home, and Apostle Tahar rolled up. Said, "Hey, brother, look, hey, brother, you want to go to Canada?"
Yeah.
Oh, bet. Yeah. He closed up the table. We closed up the table, and we drove to the Bronx.
Yeah. I think he called me later in the evening.
Yeah, he called
like
you.
1 or 2 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah.
So we closed up the table. Then me and Apostle Tahar, you know, we're doing all kind of other preparations and running around. And then he said, "Yeah, we're gonna go. Well, I already knew we were coming to get you. So yeah, we gotta grab the ball, you know."
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's right.
And then we met up with the other dudes from Mount Zion, 47, you know, them dudes, and we went. We were gone.
And that was a monumental trip.
Yeah,
Hey, I may say this is beautiful, man. It's good to see how beautiful it is.
Yeah, man.
When brethren dwell together in unity.
Yeah.
This is the real. You got these guys talking about unity camp. This is with the unity that Yahweh Shai is talking
One in
about.
Yahweh
Ain't nobody here teaching a different
That's
doctrine.
right.
That's right.
One accord, man.
Good God.
Somebody got Hosea?
Hosea 3 and 4.
Okay, good.
For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king,
Yep.
and without a prince,
Yep.
and without a sacrifice,
Right.
and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim.
Right. Go ahead.
Afterward shall the children of Israel return
Have we not returned?
Come.
Yes, we have.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead.
and seek the Lord.
Are we
their
not
power.
seeking the Lord?
Come.
All power?
Yeah.
Right? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, we know his name.
Yeah.
We can't
Power
forget
by Shem
that.
Yahweh Shai.
And the
Because
sons-
there's the Israelite groups
Yep.
that they say Yahweh, but they don't say Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And then, you know, we don't have to. We can say names.
Well, Yahweh Shai said it best. If you don't have the Son, you don't have the Father.
That's
Come.
right.
Acts. There is no other name
4 and 11.
Yeah.
by where
And
any
must be saved.
man
Yeah,
can
so you
say.
niggas, you nigga,
saying?
you talking about we putting the Yahweh Shai on a pedestal? You goddamn right.
Yeah,
That's right.
we
Yahweh
worship
Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh
niggas.
Shai on the pedestal.
That's right.
What you think what you think the transfiguration was, man? Yahweh Shai the Most High Yahweh put Yahweh Shai on a pedestal, man.
That's right.
So if I may add to you, Yahweh Shai said all power after he came off the cross, right before he ascended into the heavens, right before a ship came and got him, he said, all power is given unto me.
Right.
By who?
Right.
By his Father.
That's
Fine,
right.
yeah.
So he is the man right now.
Exactly.
He is the
And
man.
that's it.
Amen.
Yeah, you got it.
John 5:22.
Go ahead.
It says, "For the Father judgeth no man, but have committed all judgment unto the Son."
So you guys that got a problem with Yahweh Shai, you got a problem. Because all judgment is now committed unto the Son.
What verse was that?
John 5:22 it starts.
Okay, and go ahead.
And then that all men shall honor the Son,
right.
even as they honor the Father.
Let me say it again. You guys that got a problem with Yahweh Shai, you got a problem.
Yeah.
You got the problem.
You got, not us. You got
Yeah. I
got the keys, man.
You got the problem.
That's right.
And as far as your little argument, you put Yahweh Shai on a pedestal.
Yeah.
He is on a pedestal.
That's right.
He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Right.
Hey, again, Psalm 2 and 12, kiss the Son, lest he be. We already know he's angry. How do we know he's angry? Isaiah 47, the day of vengeance burneth in my house. That sounds like an angry man to me.
Yep.
So we already know it. We're just trying to get on his good side.
Exactly.
If I may, Proverbs the 8th chapter say, "He that hateth me love death."
Yeah, because why is he coming back? He's coming back to bring death. He's going to bring more death than salvation.
That's right.
He's going to bring salvation to the elect, which is a small number,
right.
but much death to everybody else.
Hey, Yahweh Shai said, they that pierce me, they shall see me.
But that's the first guys he going to get.
Those are the first two.
Reincarnation. Hello.
He's going to get them.
Exactly. Reincarnation.
Hello?
I got one more about
You
that.
got it. Because
That's
we
called
got
vendetta right there, boy.
we got to go back to Hosea.
Oh, yes. I got it.
Yeah, we got to
Hosea.
Yeah, gotta get that Hosea. Go ahead.
He that honoreth not the Son,
Yeah.
honoreth not the Father which has sent him.
There it
Is that
There it
verse
is.
29?
There it is.
No.
Jump to verse 29 and 30 real quick.
Come. And he shall come forth, and they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation.
So we don't worry about
That's
the
20.
guys that are
Right.
teaching wrong, that are doing evil,
That's right.
that are doing their own thing. We don't worry about
Right.
them.
That's right.
Where the hell they gonna go?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna escape.
Could just say right now.
Yeah, that's
They ain't gonna
right.
escape. Where they gonna go?
Who you gonna run to?
You can't hide from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You go to the deepest part of the ocean. Guess
Right.
what? The Heavenly Father's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yahushai's there. So you can't escape.
That's right.
Be not concerned with the multitude of them which perish.
Exactly. Exactly. We're concerned with the righteous, how they make it.
The resurrection.
Right.
And the resurrection means reincarnation.
Exactly.
That's right.
Idiots.
Well, if they can't get that, which is to me is basic.
Right.
If they can't, that means you don't understand generation. Generation equals reincarnation.
Right.
Anything that's generated keeps coming back
Right.
over and
Exactly.
over
The
again.
gene.
Yeah.
Gene, exactly. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Hey,
I can't of my
even
own
Esau,
self.
I'm sorry, even the so-called white man, Esau does that.
Yeah.
That's why Esau's whole thing is based on inheritance, man. You deal with the elites. You can't just be any old dusty old cracker. Definitely not no old nigga to deal with one of the Rothschild's daughters and all that, because they know that their seed is not gonna come back.
Well, that's why Rothschild taught his sons,
Yep.
because they understood the concept of reincarnation.
Exactly.
They kept the knowledge in the family.
He's a married first
Right,
cousin.
they did the inbreed because they understood that we're gonna keep coming back.
Coming back.
We're gonna keep coming back. So he made sure he taught his sons, and their sons taught their
Taught their
sons,
sons.
because they understood the concept of reincarnation.
That's right.
Beautiful.
You know, go ahead.
I
brother.
can't of my own self do nothing. As I hear, I judge.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai saying that.
And my judgment is just because I seek not my own will, but
That's
the will of the Father which I've sent.
And these other guys, these others, they seek their own will. That's why they're trying to
Cookouts. and-
turn the truth. Cookouts, rap songs. The Lord didn't tell you to do all that nonsense.
Exactly.
The Lord only told you to learn the word and go out and teach. That's what Yahweh Shai did.
Prophesy.
Yahweh Shai
Prophesy.
knew the word and he went out and teach. That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
right.
There was music groups back there.
Yeah.
There was forms of entertainment back
Yeah,
there.
that's right.
Yahweh Shai wasn't concerned with that.
No.
There's a scripture where he said he did attend a wedding, but at the wedding he did a miracle.
Yeah.
So it was all spiritual.
And that wasn't for edification. So whatever downtime they did or whatever, he ain't right about it. There was many. I should tell you that there's many other things
That he
they
did.
didn't. that
John
they-
21.
John 21. That's
That
right.
if it was all written, the world
world
would
cannot
contain
contain the
contain the books.
So what Yahweh Shai did, he left the things that were important for what?
Yeah.
The salvation, man.
Right.
All right. So that doesn't bring salvation, and what you do is you pervert it, and especially something as holy as the Lord's Passover, which is supposed to be a solemn assembly. You turn it into a damn award
That's
show,
a
Academy
nigga.
Award show,
That's a nigga.
or a concert, man.
But you know what? That's a nigga.
Exactly.
That's a nigga. Bro. And you know what? It makes sense why y'all quoted the scripture. If all those things were put out there, the niggas would ride with. They would run with that.
Of course they would.
Like if there was a story, Yahweh Shai, let's say went to a party.
But like Elder Menadzak said, it wasn't pertinent to salvation.
Con.
And to jump on what you said, Apostle Paul said the same thing. We speak things pertaining to what? Salvation.
That's right.
So that's why when we do our videos, we're mostly concerned about what? Edification, edification, exhortation, and things that pertain to salvation.
Exactly.
And that's why the Lord gave us that.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the scripture said. We prophesy, we know in part, we prophesy. The Lord gave us what we need.
And you don't
salvation.
and you don't need no fucking you don't need no huge production to do
Thrills.
that. You don't need no thrills. You don't, like you said when me and you were talking, you don't need no bells and whistles.
Right.
You just fire up the camera and go right to it, man.
Go to it, man.
First of all, we're almost at the end.
Yep.
We ain't got time to put on we don't need all the trimmings and we don't need that shit.
Right.
Okay? You just get right to the point.
Yeah.
What's the point of the video? Does it edify? Does
Right.
it exhort?
Right. That's the main thing.
Can the brother's faith be built from it?
Yeah.
The truth stands by itself. None should want her make.
Can he gain
You don't need
salvation
to
from it?
sit there and add and spice it up and figure you're gonna do all this colorful stuff. The Lord set it up. He said, preach the word, man.
That's it.
In season and out of season.
That's it.
You know?
I just want to say something real quick. The brother put on the on the chat. He said the great, the mighty, or something like that, great millstone, or the mighty Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
That's
Right.
right.
That's
right.
That's right. Right. If you were church of Yahweh,
Yeah, let me say that if we were mighty, then we'd be able to save ourselves.
Right.
That's how I replied it. You want to put us on we can't save ourselves.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
really come on.
Yeah. I know the brother that mean.
Yeah, I know, I understand that, but but
Yeah.
it must be put in
Right.
proper
That's
proportion.
it.
Yeah, because we don't want to
The
get
spirit,
jacked up.
the spirit is using us right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yahweh Shem Yahushai's spirit is using us. We're
Yeah.
just utensils
That's it.
that Yahweh Shem Yahushai uses.
Right, we
Hey,
ain't shit.
If you want to give credit and all that, give it to Yahweh Shem
That's
Yahushai.
right.
Praise Yahweh Shem
That's
Yahushai.
right.
Okay? Because we can't save ourselves.
That's it.
And also, too, we don't want the Lord to deal with us.
Right.
Yeah,
You see what happened to Moses?
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
the spirit. I
And
was
what
thinking
Moses
the same
did
thing.
was like,
Yeah.
you would think, oh, damn, the Most High's heart, but that's a...
For that little moment, Moses lost his head.
beside himself.
Must I break the rock again? And what did the Lord do? The Lord, from that, the judgment came down quick. He couldn't even enter into the kingdom.
Promised land.
Exactly, the promised land. So let's remember that
That's right.
example.
Yeah.
That's like
Romans 15:4. Whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning.
Hey,
That's
it's
right.
to say, he that exalted himself shall be
Shall be
abased.
abased. And then Yahushua said that we were going to be doing these great works, right?
Yeah.
He said, you're going to do greater works than what he did from back then, because the time that we're in now. But he said, look, after you've done all, say that I'm an unprofitable servant.
That's right.
You did that which you were supposed to do.
That's
Right.
it.
So at the end of the day, that's the mentality you got to arm yourself
Yeah.
with.
Humble yourself.
Yeah,
Humble yourself.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's right, man.
I got one for y'all. Isaiah 2:11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled,
There you go.
and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down.
And you know what I noticed too, brothers? We go through all this suffering to strip us of our pride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does.
That's
That
beautiful,
suffering
man.
strips you of your pride.
You
You know, every one of us got pride. You know.
Yeah, we're men.
Yeah.
We're men in the flesh.
Yeah.
Because it's like ego. Every man has a fucking
He has an
ego.
ego. He has an ego.
So you're right with the scoffers doing videos on us
Yeah.
and making us.
Hell that we catch.
You know what, man? It's beautiful. Man. Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
No, that's
That we
PDC.
get what we get.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true, man.
yeah.
That keeps you humble.
It keeps you humble.
When you got motherfuckers putting shit on the airwaves about putting your picture up there,
Yeah.
making you look bad, and
Putting your
saying all
government
kind of
name
foul, your
Yeah.
so-called name, and your woman, your kids,
Yeah, that's
your-
foul, man.
all that shit. But it's cool.
Your job.
But like the apostle said, that keeps us humble.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't both. You don't.
Yeah.
And that's the secret to being in the presence of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, humility.
Yeah, because the Lord said a broken and a contrite spirit is what the Lord, you know.
He said he will not despise a broken
the
spirit.
contract
That's
spirit.
what he will not despise.
and that comes through that humiliation.
Yeah.
humility.
And from that humiliation, you brought down to the
Purified.
ground
You're being
and
purified.
being built up from there.
What you
Well,
talking
Yahweh
about?
Shai was
You said a broken and contract. That's in Psalms 51.
Yeah.
The sacrifices of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai are a broken spirit.
Well, let's
A
look at
broken
King
and contrite
David.
heart.
As great as King David was, the Lord kept constantly humiliating him.
Yeah.
Chastising him.
As great as he was, he kept facing humiliation. Why? So the Lord could keep him balanced.
That's right.
And that's the same thing with us, you know.
He said, the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down.
That's right.
And the Lord alone, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, alone shall be exalted.
In
That's
that
it. That's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's the main
Got that
important thing.
Hosea stuff?
Yeah.
You got men
no,
trying to
did you
exalt
finish? Did you
themselves.
finish?
It's kind of past.
Okay.
But you know what? I'll bring it out anyway. Because you mentioned, don't worry about how the
Well,
wicked,
revamp it.
the wicked is going to be punished.
Huh?
You said how the wicked, don't worry about how the wicked are going to be punished.
Yeah,
That they're
yeah.
going to get this.
Yeah.
And this is also for comfort because all them years went by, so his pride got built up.
Yeah.
Because sentence against the evil work is not executed speedily.
So this is in the Apocrypha of Sirach 5, the point is 4.
Yeah.
Say not, I have sinned, and what harm hath happened unto you. For the Lord is long suffering, he will in no wise let thee go.
Yeah, so that's
Pride, man. That's pride. And you got a lot of niggas. I ran into a nigga yesterday on that shit. Look, I'm eating, boasting about being wicked, eating pork, and nothing happened. I'm blaspheming and ain't nothing happened, right? But the Most High is long suffering, man. You gonna get your ass, man.
eventually, yeah.
See what you did to comfort doing it.
Well, that happened to one of my uncles. That happened to one of my. That's heavy you say that. One of my uncles. An uncle I was kind of somewhat close to. He used to always boast about eating pork. Everybody told me he looked good, like, which it was true. Even in his years, he still looked good. He looked healthy.
Yeah.
And then a heart attack took his ass out. You know, the chief.
Yeah, chief. Yep.
I look good. People like that because I eat P-O-R-K. Pork. And eventually, one night, Mr. Heart Attack caught up with him. Because that P-O-R-K.
Yeah.
Now it's D-E-A-D.
Yeah, now
dead.
it's D-A. So you know what? Hey, he got what he got.
Judgment.
Yeah.
Judgment.
In the scripture, Ayat 33, it says the Lord is long suffering. Now when Comfy jumped us, the brothers in here, when they came and jumped us, That was exactly 14 years ago.
And that gotta be
14 years ago.
I gotta
Look at that.
And the Most High got his ass, man.
Yeah.
Right, and see the thing about that, which is spiritual, and that's an example for brothers. Let the Lord fight for you, man.
Exactly.
The scriptures speak about our weapons of our warfare, not
That's
carnal,
right.
but spiritual,
That's
man.
right, man.
Because we could have got carnal.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? We wouldn't be here right now. That would have affected the ministry, man.
Exactly.
That's why you got to learn about taking the low,
That's
like
it.
Yahweh Shai, right?
That's it. That's
Yahweh
it,
Shai,
baby.
they slapped them
That's
and everything. It's not that Yahweh Shai didn't have the power. He had the power, but to show that he loved the Father and that he followed the Father's instructions,
Yeah.
right? He suffered it. He got low. He disappeared. He could have, when they were sought to kill him, he had to sit there and bounce out and get out of there. All right? Because what? It was a prophecy, man.
That's it.
And then the Lord said he set us forth as sheep among wolves. Apostle Paul brought that out. And I said, damn, that's heavy, man. Because why? There's a bunch of fucking wolf-ass niggas out there, man. And when we got jumped or whatever, really, afterwards, at first, whatever, bruised ego or whatever, but in the spirit of the Lord, we rejoiced that we were counted worthy to suffer because we got jumped for teaching the work, for doing the righteous act of the Lord.
If you remember,
right? So we rejoiced in that,
At that
and we prayed to the Lord. We left it to the Lord. We didn't go back looking, hunting, which
Right.
of course it
We ain't
can
get
happen.
carnal.
But it's not a carnal thing, and that's where a lot of you other Israelites get messed up at. We let the Lord fight for us, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is our Redeemer, and he's going to fight our battle. He's going to continue to fight our battle. You got Esau right now plotting against every last one of us, man. Right? The Lord said, fret not.
Right.
Right? The Most High got the angels there that's going to take care of Esau, man.
That's it, baby.
You see?
And you gotta believe that.
That's
There's a lot of Israelites that they speak on faith. They speak on, you gotta trust in the Lord. You gotta trust in Yahweh B'Shem. They may even say Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. But do they really believe that? Hell no. Some of them didn't even go through half the shit we've gone through, and we don't even boast on that. Sometimes we'll mention it, but you know what? For the most part, we're always mentioning Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai said that the servant is not greater than his master.
Yeah, we mentioned it for edification.
For edification, but we don't.
That's the scripture. That's the scripture.
Yeah, for edification's sake.
For edification.
For edification's sake,
For
you know
edification,
what I'm saying?
and it does come.
But there's a whole lot more that we've gone through. We don't bring up.
Because everything we say is according to the scriptures, man.
That's right.
I mean, like if it ain't with the scriptures, then we ain't with it, man.
Yeah, man.
If the scriptures say it, then we with it. And that's why, like, you got to pray to the Lord every day.
Every
man.
single day.
Yeah, the Spirit of the Lord got us, man. We gotta pray, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like, the Spirit of, I mean that, man. Like,
Yeah, man.
in the morning, and I hope through the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, brothers be implementing that shit.
Yeah, man.
Bro, when you leave your house in the morning,
When you wake up.
like from the minute you wake up to the minute you, like when your brothers be leaving out, you brothers that are watching, when you get in that motherfucking car and that truck, before you start that ignition, or even if you start it, send up that prayer, man. Hey, these people got demons on them, man, out
Yeah,
here.
man. Yeah.
We living in, like, well, it's the greatest time, but it's the worst time because all these people are on drugs. They're on medication,
Waxing worse and
popping
worse.
pills. Like, brother,
Vaping.
I don't like driving. I don't like driving. So brothers gotta pray to the Lord, especially you brothers. I'm gonna let you read that.
And then the
Especially
Spirit.
you brothers that got them jobs when you
And
do
then
the Uber or whatever, or even if you don't, even if you just going to the corner store, pray to the Lord.
and then Yahweh Shai, the Spirit, as it is written, the Spirit maketh intercession for us. So Yahweh Shai is praying for us too. In the book of John 17, he said, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. The them he's talking about,
That's crazy, man.
the them he's talking about is we believe by faith is us, the hopeful elect. And then he also said to the Father, because John 17 is Yahweh Shai praying to his Father. So he also said to the Father, I pray that thou keep us from the harm that is in the world.
Yep.
That's in John the 17th chapter.
Right. So I pray not that you take them out of the world,
That thou
that
shouldst
you
keep them from the
with
evil.
them while they're in the world,
And keep them from the evil.
from the evil.
So that ties in with
You
what
know?
you just said.
Yeah, brother.
So we got Yahweh Shai, our lawyer and high, the intercessor. He's also known as the intercessor, which when you look up the word, it means a go-between. Because Yahweh Shai is a mediator. 1 Timothy 2:5.
Yeah, like a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. He goes on behalf.
Yeah, he's the lawyer.
the lawyer.
On
He's
behalf
our
of
lawyer.
us, he goes to the Heavenly Father Yahweh.
Pleading our case.
Go ahead. You got it.
Let's not get brothers.
No, you got
Goes
it.
right with what y'all going into.
Guys, bring it
It's,
out.
Psalms 55 and 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh
How
Shai.
did you do that? By prayer. By prayer. How the fuck else can you do that?
Yeah, prayer means to beg too. A lot of people don't even know what the word pray means.
Prayer.
It means to beg.
Yeah, pray to the Lord.
Who you begging?
Right.
How about you now, shot?
And when we pray, what do we say? Hey, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, Barak, Rapa, Wakazak Lab, Baba Kusha, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Rapa, Wakazak Lab, Baba Kusha, you know what I mean?
Hey, you know the thing too? And why it's important even more so to pray now, because the Lord said, I've heard thee at an acceptable time. Now, there was a time the Most High wasn't hearing our prayers. So now is the time to fill that prayer box up.
That's right.
And it's so spiritual, and a lot of you brothers can relate to it. You can see the Lord delivering you. You might send up prayers, and you might be driving down the road. You might see 144 there, 140 to your left. You might walk in the store, your food might ring up and be 144. Ain't no coincidence. That's the Lord. It's all spiritual, man.
Well, we saw that on our way up to camp this Saturday. Me and this elder right here was just to tell you, brothers, we was driving up to the camp on Saturday up there to Springfield, and we were driving in the truck, and I forgot how it happened. We
just looked at it. Was a car that said 144. And then when we said Rocket the how about Shimmy Shai, then the car, right when we said the Lord's name, the car got into the next lane.
The right
lane.
It happened to be the right lane.
Then there was another car right in front of that. I said, oh shit, look, brother, again.
It was 144.
You know, so
and then that car was in front of us,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden that car went to the right lane.
Yeah.
It's a lot of spiritual things that happen, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of spiritual things. And look, now sometimes you might see 666, but that's the condition of the battle. You know? That's the condition of the battle.
Satan gonna remind you that he's still there too.
Yeah.
Satan gonna say, I'm still there.
Balance.
And that ain't nothing to like lift your head up.
Oh, Apostle the boss, that's balance.
Yeah, it gotta be that balance.
Yeah, I'll do that. So you've been, boy.
Yeah.
What
What
you
you say
balance?
again?
You gotta have that balance.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Hey, well, to me, when I see 666, it reminds me. Look, the chip is coming.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, look, we
Reframe.
don't always look at things in the negative aspect. You gotta look at things in the positive aspect too.
Yep.
Because the Heavenly Father, yes, he do
These things
deal
must
in
come to
numbers.
pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be that.
That's it.
Don't always be that cup half empty. Sometimes be that cup half full. Look, technically, look, the kingdom of heaven is coming. We're supposed to be rejoicing, man. That Yahweh Hashem Yahweh is close at hand. All this sob, that sobbing shit. Look, technically, you gotta balance that shit out, because we are close to our kingdom, man.
That's right.
So happiness, technically, when the spirit of happiness come on you, man, yo, look, praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh for that. You know, because we are in happy times.
And especially
Like
when
my
you
man,
catch
like my
it
man,
out,
was my man from Matrix? What's his name?
Tank.
He said, he said, we are living in exciting times. So be excited, brother. Sometimes too, and balance that out, man.
How Shai, Matthew 24, he says, "Be ye not troubled, for all these things must come to pass."
Come on.
be a good cheer.
Fear ye not, thou worm, Jacob.
And all this shit we going through, all those little fiery darts we get, really, you look at it, it's really faggot shit, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, because the Most High always keeps us, man, no matter what. No matter what the fuck you go through.
Hey, when you see these things come to pass, lift up your head for your redemption draws
God.
Yeah. Yeah, so we should be happy, man.
Yeah, man.
At the same time, serious.
Serious, man.
Great, praying that the Most High have mercy on us, right? It's a
It all goes
hey,
back
key
to balance.
It's a
There
balance.
you go. That's the key thing.
It's a balance, man.
It's a balance, man.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
Don't be over.
That's the secret
Look, you
to
brothers out there, don't be over righteous, man.
Don't be over
And
right.
then definitely don't be over wicked neither.
Right. Come on.
No, the secret to this thing of ours is
It's
balance.
balance, man.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
like the song says, you get the
Get
balance.
the balance right. I love
You got to get the balance right.
Yeah, because if it's unbalanced, it's going to be tipped in the wrong
Yeah,
direction.
exactly.
Whether it be over righteous or over wicked.
But we're on
Right.
we're on that
Middle.
side.
Either way, it's not good for you.
Hey, because as long as we're in the flesh, we're going to go off.
And
Exactly.
if need, you try to how they say on the
side of righteousness.
On the side of righteousness,
Yeah.
if need be.
Right.
Yeah, cut.
It's better to be more righteous than wicked.
Exactly.
You don't just say, "Oh, we ain't under the law." Fuck it, I'm gonna
Right.
eat some
Use
don't
not
go
your,
willingly
use
do
not your
not.
cloak
Yeah,
as
bullshit.
a use
Don't
not your
Right.
liberty as a cloak of maliciousness.
Right.
Exactly.
Apostle Paul,
Right.
man, Apostle Paul went into all that. Man.
Which that's common
We
sense.
didn't make void the law through flesh, love, forbid. We established the law.
Yeah. The law is common sense. Like you didn't get up and say go screw another dude's woman.
Right.
That's common sense. He's like, nah, man, come on. First of all, niggas in the world know that that's wrong. I mean, they'll do it because they wicked ass
they'll
niggas.
creep.
But how much more else that we
But that's the whole idea of the creep.
That's what they creep.
That
Well, like
wicked
R.
ass
Kelly, that's why he's about to go to jail. Down low. Like, with that whole issue, man, I ain't gonna get into that, but I'm just making the point. What the elder said, like, that nigga, him popping the young girl, ain't nothing wrong with that, but, like, he promoted all that adultery.
Yep.
So the Lord is judging him on that.
That's right.
Because he was promoting adultery.
He sure did.
That's right.
At the end.
Plus, he sold his soul. Let's not forget, he sold his soul to the devil.
So all you entertainers, the Lord is getting you, man.
Yeah,
You
fuck
judge-
you all, man.
You judge entertainers.
And we know that you all watch us.
Well, what did the Apostle Paul say? He said, the fashion of this world
Passive.
passeth away. All these guys are of the world. And the fashion, if the fashion of this world passeth away, that means they're going to pass away.
They go down the same way.
It's going to be like they never existed.
Exactly.
Hey man, and boy, I can't wait for that, man. You like we was talking about it earlier. You got fucking men acting like women.
Yeah.
You got dudes wearing fucking dresses and them fucking capris,
Capris.
like bitch ass shit, right?
Yeah.
Wearing a man purse.
Yeah,
Wearing-
rompers.
niggas wearing,
You know niggas wear
what's that shit
rompers?
called?
You know
Yeah,
that shit?
Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah,
man.
shit.
I don't know what that
It's
is.
like with the babies wearing the back drops.
Yeah, like another case in
It sound like some faggot shit.
What?
All
Nigga, you
these,
ain't supposed to be wearing a fucking
yeah,
romper,
like, in
man.
other words, all
You
these
talking about wearing a
celebrities.
romper, man?
Yeah, like all these celebrities, all of these niggas celebrities.
Niggas is off,
Either
man.
my celebrities,
Romper
like
niggas.
they go on these different talk, whether it's Oprah or Ellen, or, and everybody's screaming, and all the women are but that's gonna be the real man. But this is a wicked world.
Yeah.
Women are irrelevant.
Yeah.
See, but they go with the world, and y'all quoted the scripture. The fashion of this world passeth away.
The day is coming, man, when Yahweh Shai comes back, the fashion of this world is going to be passed away.
Yeah.
All right, so we're men of vision. We already seen the future world.
Exactly.
We already see this world going down the toilet.
Yeah.
We already see the future world.
Got to have
You got to have vision. Where there's, as it is written, where there's no vision, what?
People
The
perish.
people of this world, they have no vision. They think this. They think this is the end all be all. This world.
Right.
They don't have the vision to see that
One life
when
to live.
Yahweh Shai comes, he's going to destroy this world and set up a new. 2 Peter 3 and 13. Let's bring out 2 Peter 3 and 13.
Somebody got it?
Peter's 3.
So let them be enthralled with this world.
Yeah.
Let them be. That's their portion.
Yeah.
That's not our portion.
Because earlier I was on YouTube just watching, different shit.
Yeah.
And these so-called celebrities in this world, especially like Denzel, when he comes out.
The new guy now is Idris Elba.
He's the new.
He's the new dude.
Well,
now.
him, my man Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, and my man Creed, Adonis Creed. They the niggas.
Michael
like,
B.
when they
Jordan,
come out,
Michael B.
the
Jordan.
women are screaming at them. Michael B. The women are losing their minds.
Yeah.
And when they come out on the stage and shit. So they the new. Women lose their minds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's beautiful.
Which the majority of those women, they're gonna bite the bullet anyway.
Yeah.
They ain't going
They're
nowhere.
gonna bite the
You got it? Second
I
Peter.
got it. 2 Peter's 3 and 13.
Go ahead.
at 12. You can start.
Yeah,
Start at
go.
12.
Get all the beat
Looking for and hasting 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Wait. The key word is what? Seeing.
Seeing.
Which means you got to have vision. You got to see it in your mind's eye. All of this is going to be dissolved. One day, Yahweh Shai is going to come with them missiles, and it's over, baby. That's it.
man.
Soccer, like you always say, soccer ball.
Se acabó.
You know, it's finished. It's over. Go ahead.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
And you got to have the knowledge to see that. You got to have the truth to see it. See, and then all these things shall be dissolved. What things? The things of this world. And the people of this world. Go ahead.
What manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
And we're demonstrating that tonight. Our conversation is what? Holy? And it's in righteousness. Yeah. Go ahead.
Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
Is that not our mindset?
Hasten.
Looking for and hasting what?
Until the
Hasten
coming.
unto the coming of the day of the Heavenly Father.
Until Yahweh Shai is coming. That's what we're waiting for.
That's right.
Because when Yahweh Shai comes, that's it. All this bullshit is done.
Finished.
Finished.
Finito.
Finito. Okay?
Se acabó.
Esau's rule.
The right order of things.
All right? Esau in power.
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the day.
Oh, go ahead.
Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
What is that talking about? The nuclear missiles
Exactly
and
what
the
it says.
chariots.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Well, how there's no missiles? What volcano's gonna?
Yeah, some niggas
Volcano's gonna burn the heavens?
That's the Colombian caveman.
No, that's beyond. That's a bunch of nuts.
Well,
It's a
you
bunch
know
of
what?
nuts.
You know what? In a way, he has to say that because he know he gonna dance with a missile.
Exactly.
So in his warped little mind, he has to
Sound
make
like a
it.
song.
In his warped little mind, he has to make it where ain't no missiles because he knows his destiny is with a missile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So he has to put in his mind, there ain't no missile.
Right, that boogeyman is not there.
Exactly.
Of course.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
It said the heavens
You know
being
the
on
thing-
fire.
Yeah.
That's prophecy. That's prophecy talk
Exactly.
right
But
there, man.
it's Esau.
First of all, a lot of y'all motherfuckers ain't on a level to even be talking about the missiles, man. All right, you don't even understand what thou means, motherfucker. And you're gonna sit up there and speak on something that's above your pay grade, brother. You
Exactly.
should just fall back. But since you don't want to fall
Shut the
back,
fuck
the
up.
missiles gonna
Right.
melt your ass, man.
Well, brother,
Then when the Lord's missiles melt your little wicked ass, then I want to see you say, "Oh, he's not talking about a missile. If a missile smack you upside
But
your
they're
head,"
gonna be able to.
you know.
Well, first of all, it's about a guy who came and cleaned his
No, guys, not,
yeah.
guys, plural,
Yeah, they're
scoffers,
they're reprobates.
demons, reprobates.
Well, they're reprobates, man.
Shitty draw crew. Shitty
Every-
draw
every-
crew.
shit butty.
Yeah,
Every mother gives birth to a reprobate.
yeah.
That's it.
Hey, the Most High is gonna flush all you reprobates out, man.
That's it,
And
man.
then some of you niggas, that fire, because a lot of you niggas are so much of a fucking foul spirit, that fire gotta erase you niggas, man.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of you niggas is just low and nasty, man.
Yeah. Well, it's a mercy kill.
You're like, when I say I'm talking about because the sake, see what we're doing, this is a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord is pleased with this. But a lot of you niggas doings, man, is just foul, man. Like, you know, like somebody passed some gas that you like, fuck you, rotten ass.
These are
That's
smoking
a
my
lot of
nose,
y'all.
Lord.
Yeah. Right, a smoke.
Dirty rotten
This
smell.
is still.
Yeah, go
It
ahead.
says, "Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?"
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It says-
But that's the main. No, I just want to say this. These up and coming Israelite groups. You notice they don't mention nothing about the destruction
No.
and what's coming. We're looking ahead. The vision is there's a fucking fire coming that's gonna burn you, motherfucker. We're trying to save ourselves from that.
Right.
They're out there for fame.
Hey,
Right?
this kingdom got to go down in order for Yahushua's kingdom to be established,
Yep.
which by default
right.
is our kingdom.
That's right.
You know, that's joint heirs. If this place doesn't go down, we don't get our kingdom.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Because Yahushua gets his first.
Yes.
You know, and then we join heirs with the Lord. You
Yeah, I
know?
like to say that. I like to say it's Yahushua's kingdom first,
Yeah.
then the kingdom
That's
of
it.
Israel.
That's
Because Yahushua is going to set up his kingdom on the planet.
That's it.
Hey, the Most High promised that to him. He said,
Most
"Sit
High
down
promised
my
it.
right hand
Yep.
until I make thy enemies thy
Enemies thy
footstool."
footstool.
Yeah.
You know,
So
and
it's
he's
Yahushua's kingdom.
that's
first.
right.
Yeah.
I know what you said. Yahushua's kingdom first, then the kingdom of Israel.
That's right.
Yeah, well, he said that the day of vengeance burns in his heart.
Yeah.
So before we get our as much as we want our vengeance on our enemies, we
Right.
can't forget and we can't be selfish to always mention that Yahushua got to get his first.
Right.
And that's why we can't go out of bounds. That's why the scriptures say, "Wait thee upon me."
That's what I
Well,
read.
So like that's why the thing is, we ain't gonna get guns and try to go at Esau.
Yeah, well, what you said, Apostle Paul said it. He said, "Every man in his order."
Right.
Right.
Yahushua first,
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
then the first fruits,
That's perfect.
and then So
Every man in his
there's an order. So
It's spiritual.
Yahushua,
Even if
yeah.
even if a lot of niggas don't want to acknowledge the order, that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Romans 3:3.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing. The Most High already got to look.
Right. The Lord
you
knows.
ain't gonna stop Peter because a lot of y'all niggas will have a problem with Peter. All right. You ain't gonna stop Peter from being the head. Yahushua already said that he's the rock.
Well, since you mentioned Peter, let's go to Hosea.
Yeah, that's right. The spiritual is
Because yeah,
it's all
because
surface.
King David did come back as Peter.
That's right.
You know,
Right.
that's why King
Okay.
David had the keys to the kingdom.
Done.
Who did Yahushua give of all the 12 apostles? Who did Yahushua give the keys to? Peter.
And it's spiritual because, as we all know, this land backing off of you apostles.
Yeah.
Peter wasn't his favorite apostle.
No.
Wasn't his favorite.
No,
Right.
John was.
Right. John was his favorite.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But showing you that it's spiritual and everything is already set up in order.
Right.
Right. That order cannot be broken, man.
Yeah, Peter wasn't lying in his bosom at the at the
Last
Last
Supper,
Supper.
yeah.
It was John.
John.
And John was meaning he was leaning
John
on him.
Revelator, yeah.
It was they're very close.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Peter got jealous because Peter asked Yahushua, what will this man do?
Yeah.
And Yahushua cursed him out.
Told
See,
him
what the hell is that to you?
Yeah, mind your own
He said, in other words, mind your own business and you do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
You know, and that's
how
Yahushua is
austere-
an austere man.
Austere man.
A lot of these guys forget that.
Yeah.
They forget that Yahushua is an austere man.
but
He's a no-nonsense guy.
Right.
He doesn't take no shit. And you can't be coming walking like a crab, walking sideways to Yahushua.
Yeah.
You gotta
Like that
come.
crab.
You gotta come straight. You know that crab walking.
Yeah.
You gotta come straight, man.
Crap walking.
You know, yeah. Yeah, a lot of guys be walking sideways, man.
That's right.
You know?
And now,
Come straight.
nothing. Peter was the most highest man.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. There you go.
Right.
Hey, man,
Right.
that was the most highest guy.
Right, that's the guy.
It has to be that way sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
The
But
most high. Peter is the most highest thing.
And what does that show us? That shows us the separation between,
Father,
because you got the wacky tacky Christians saying that the Father is the Son. So how do they explain that? How do they explain that the Son has his favorite and the Father has his favorite? How do you explain that? That's another mystery that shows us that the separation between the Heavenly Father Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. The fact that Yahweh has his favorite
Yep.
and Yahweh Shai has his favorite.
That's right, man.
So there's a separation right there.
Like Abraham. Abraham, that was the most highest guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my friend.
Now somebody put Peter was David. That's right. So let's read about
Oh,
David.
boy.
Hosea 3 and 4.
And Peter's gonna come back, brothers.
That's right, man.
Peter, that's King Marshal. That's
right.
Peter. Whether you
He that have
receive,
ears,
he that have ears to hear, let him hear.
And we're gonna say it, whether y'all like it or not, or get offended.
Because the prophecy must
be fulfilled.
be fulfilled, and we, being prophets, must talk about it.
that's
And,
right.
and at the end of the day, and I got another precept to back that up. At the end of the day, somebody got to be King David.
That's
right.
Right? According to the prophecy, according to the scriptures, man. So at the end of the day, the question is to all you other non-believers, you so-called Christians, then who is King David?
Exactly.
Like I said,
You know?
jump on what you said. Like I
Yeah.
said, when we went to Canada, I'll say it again. When we went to Canada, you had that group. I forgot the guys.
From
We call them
Detroit,
Johnny
from
Carter.
Detroit.
Yeah, they were from Detroit. There was a church. They had their own King David. The guy showed it. He came up to Apostle Tahal, me and you, and he said, "Look, this guy we believe is King David."
Right,
I'll never forget it.
right.
Yeah, some
And,
Jew.
and we didn't say, nigga, you know, none of us said it. We were cool with the dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you believe that's cool? At least they acknowledge the King David.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, out of all the Israelite groups, we had Great Millstone. We're the ones that acknowledge King David.
Nobody else does.
Them other groups don't acknowledge
No.
King David.
But they'll call themselves the House of Davids and all these other names,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So let's read the prophecy.
Hosea 3 and 4. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai their power, and David their king.
There it is.
Yeah.
So who's David?
Con.
Who's David?
Well,
And it says they shall seek David their king. So
David
by
their
us
king.
talking about it, by us talking about David, that's they're those that have ears to hear, they're considering it. They're starting to, oh, so this man is David?
There's more.
Oh, King Marsh. Okay, go
Well,
ahead.
can I just say this? In Apostle Gabor, did not everybody swear, had an oath?
Oh, yeah, they
that
did.
Masha was king.
At the dedication in Connecticut. At the dedication in Connecticut.
even in
before
New
the
York.
one in New York,
1663
before that
Fairfax
one.
Avenue in New
The
York.
one in New York.
But the one I remember is the dedication at 1663 Fairfax Avenue. And that dude, Haragadja, grabbed a big ass turkey leg and put it up and said, I will never forsake the king.
I'll never
I was
forsake
there.
him.
He was an actor.
Yeah, he's an actor, man.
Hey, I was
And you
actually there at One West when they made everybody take that oath.
Well, we know that. Well, that was going on for years, brother.
Yeah.
Myself and Apostle Gabor, going back to when we first came into school, that was, okay, we made the oath
Con.
along with a lot of other guys.
Right. And we still keep to that oath.
And
That's
we
it.
still kept to it.
We're the only group that kept to that
We're the
oath.
only group. That's right.
Every now and then we make mention, and it's not going off, it's in the spirit, because Yahweh Shai did the same thing.
Hey, let me say
He
this.
took- okay, I'm
If I may
sorry.
say, let me say this. The house of David, Bunyamin, Ben,
Yeah.
and what's the other guy?
Barak.
Barak.
Rock.
Now it came to a point where they didn't believe anymore that King Marshal was
That's
there.
right. That's right.
But yet they call themselves the House of David.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because when they came to the camp, well, it wasn't Barak, he didn't come. but Ben did.
Yeah.
We asked Ben, do you still believe? I believe it was Apostle El Tahar asked Ben, do you still believe that King Marsha is King David? The nigga had his head down.
For what?
He didn't believe it
He's supposed
anymore.
to be ashamed
Because he
of
has
his
no
truth.
faith. Because he has no faith. Because he has no faith.
That's right.
Because you know what? They're carnal. They're not spiritual. That's why the scripture I always quoted. The carnal man cannot receive the things of the spirit of the Most High because they are foolishness unto him. Because they are spiritually discerned. Because when King Marsha passed on and went back to the spirit world, all them niggas, they lost their mind. Oh shit, Mo died, so how can he be King David if he died?
That's what
God
God
has the faith.
Right.
Wait a minute, when we read the scriptures, did not Yahweh Shai raise the dead?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then Yahweh Shai said, these things you see me do, ye shall do greater. He's talking to his men. So who's to say when the time comes, the Lord won't give his men power to raise certain men out of the dead? Like King Marsha. Who's to say? Like I said, we have to wait and watch how it's going to play out. But that's a possibility.
Yeah.
The Lord give power to a certain man, and the man called, just like Lazarus, Yahweh Shai called out Lazarus, come forth.
Yeah.
Right? And he came forth from the grave. He was wrapped in all them swaddling clothes and all of that. Who's to say that can't happen again? That's according to prophecy.
It's going to happen.
And by the way, Psalm 110:3, in the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. So imagine if the Lord gives power to a little brother and he raises up a man that's been dead. You think the people that see that, you think they ain't gonna believe? Oh shit! How about Shabi? You seen what he did? He raised this man out of the dead.
And the Lord could do that.
In the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing.
That's how it's going to go
That
down.
proof is going to be examples of,
And let's not forget, it's possible for the Lord to seal 3,000 guys in one day.
Yep.
We read that. There was the account where 3,000 was sealed. There's another account where 5,000 was sealed.
Yeah.
Now that would do it. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, the Lord put the spirit on Elder Apostle Tahar. He raises King Marsha out of the grave.
Man.
You know how many guys will be sealed by that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Overnight.
Yep.
So this is what we're dealing with, brothers. Okay, this is what we're dealing with. The Lord raised up 3,000 in one go. Then he raised up 5,000 in one go.
Yep.
And during the time of Acts, the apostles were doing amazing things.
Yep.
Okay? So we're in that time now. Are we not in the book of Acts all over again?
Yes, we are.
So there you go. So if we're not the guys, we're there. They're being mighty quiet. Right?
Maybe
Right?
okay.
So there you go, man.
right.
But anyway, yeah. And it says
Let me bring this up about
sure.
It says, and it's one, I'm trying to find a link in Revelation, but it's Isaiah 57:1. It says, the righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart, and merciful men are taken away. And when you speak about King Marsha, he was nothing but a merciful brother,
Yeah.
man.
And he was up in age.
Humble.
He was up in
He
age.
was up in age too. That's right.
Can you imagine if King Marsha had to deal with the shit that we did? That would destroy. Well, he was already
And
kind of
it's
destroyed.
like with Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
Right? He fulfilled his course, man.
Yeah.
That's how this thing, that's how it is, man.
Yeah.
You got the brothers that are the leaders, the heads, the Most High raised them up to push this word.
Yeah.
Then the other elders that came up, you know, basically you build on the legacy of Yahweh Shai.
And I'm going to say
You
what
know?
Yahweh Shai said to the crowd and in the room with that little girl when the little girl was dead. Yahweh Shai said to the crowd, he said, the little girl's not dead, she's sleeping. And they all laughed him to scorn. And Yahweh Shai got mad and he threw him out of the room. He said, get the
Basically.
Then he said to the little girl, he took her hand, rise.
Yep.
So, right, that's right. So that's what we say. King Marsha is just sleeping.
Right.
Now, everyone that's sleeping, eventually they must be what? Awoke.
Right.
Yeah.
So King Marsha will be awoke.
That's right.
And Hosea 3 and 4, you know, Hosea 3 and 4 is going to be fulfilled. They shall seek David their king.
Yep. King Marsha, High Priest Yahweh.
Yep.
High Priest Abba Bivens.
Right. Everyone in their
He
order.
will be raised up too, man.
Yeah. Everyone in their order, man.
In their order.
These are great things we look at, and we can say this because we got division.
That's
we
right.
got division.
And other brothers that we love.
Yeah, man.
Through the scriptures, we got division.
That's
We can see it. We already saw it.
Ice out.
Yeah, I have the eyes out to see. Yeah.
So it was at Thessalonians said those who died in the Lord should be raised first.
Yeah. How about that? How about that prophecy? Okay.
Yeah, GMS Missouri a month said, Prophet Samuel said, why wake me
Yeah.
to sow?
Well, everyone that's sleeping, when we read the scriptures about death, usually it says the fathers fell on sleep, or they sleep with
Sleep with their fathers.
They sleep with their
right. They
fathers.
sleep with their fathers. So everyone that's sleeping, eventually they got to be awoke.
Yeah,
That's right.
You can't sleep forever. So King Mashah is going to come back in his right lot.
It says Hosea 3 and 5.
Yep.
Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai their power, and David their king,
So David the king is coming back. Yep.
and shall fear the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and his goodness in the latter days.
Are we not in the latter days?
In the latter days.
So that prophecy must be fulfilled.
Yes.
David. Now we're the only group that speak about David.
We're the only ones.
We're the only ones that talk about David, King David, and who he is. We know who King David is, and we're looking for him to come back. They can laugh all they want to.
Yeah.
You guys believe somebody's going to raise him out of the grave? You keep laughing.
Yeah.
That's what a fool does. The first thing a fool does is start to, when you don't understand something, he starts
That's
laughing.
his prophet.
As it is written, a fool lift up his voice in laughter. You can laugh all you want to.
Or you shall know a fool by excessive laughter.
Excessive laughter. We ain't laughing over here because we know it's deadly serious, right?
The power, we know the power of the Lord.
And we know his power.
Yeah.
Luke 1:37. For nothing is impossible with the Heavenly Father.
And then remember too, Yahushua taught the same thing. He taught that John the Baptist was Elijah who was foretold to come. That was reincarnation. Yahushua taught about great men of the Lord. So that's, I had one more link for you.
You got it, brother. You got it.
King David. The scriptures, all throughout the scriptures, that speak about King David, and somebody has to be him. Through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, he opened our eyes. We know who he is.
Call the video, King David Shall Return.
Gotcha.
That's right.
Yeah, move the old title, and King David Shall Return.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 24. And David, my servant, shall be king over them.
King David shall return.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, this is the house of David coming back.
The house of David.
You
You can't have a house of David without David.
Pastor Ball, he got Amos 9.
That's right.
And we are the house of David. And we know who David is, and David is coming back.
Well, we met him. We met him. We talked to him. We walked with him.
Yeah,
bro.
Con.
I got Amos 9. It's Amos 9 and 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
How the hell can you raise up the tabernacle of David without David?
Exactly.
Bam.
And that day is talking about now. And this day. And that day.
Well, the rest of it proves it. That is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. That's
The differences.
Right.
Differences.
Strife.
Yeah, all the bullshit.
And I'll raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old.
And you notice the word his. So his starts with David.
Possessive.
Yeah.
Right. So his starts with David, then the rest of the men.
The cabinet that was under David.
So what? King Mashah passed away. So what? What the hell does that mean?
Right.
He understands death. He's just sleeping.
He's still
just like
alive.
Yahushua said to the girl.
Exactly.
Said about the girl. She's just sleeping. And them niggas, those were niggas in the room. They started laughing. This man is out of his mind. He crazy. What did Yahushua try to convince them? Well, let me sit you down and try to explain. Yahushua took the boot and bang, bang, bang. Get the hell out the room.
It says 3 days his body stinking.
That's what we do to those guys. You can't understand. Get the fuck out of here.
That's right.
Yeah.
We
Well, that's
moving
why
on.
the attitude behind it. You can't get it.
There's that scripture, Luke 137. There's nothing impossible with the Most High.
Bam, bam.
Yeah, kind of.
I got
That's the
some
second time that was quoted.
I got
Somebody
bring
put
it.
on the
Let me
comment
finish
board.
this real quick.
That's the spirit.
All right, this
By the way, brothers, the comment board is on fire.
fire.
I mean,
There was about 200.
There's 200 people.
Shalom told you.
Shalom to the kings.
Shalom. This is Ezekiel 37 and 24 again. It said, and David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgment.
We dropped something.
You know?
Heads up.
They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Speaking about the kingdom.
Yeah.
It says, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given to Jacob, my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever.
Which means, by the way, we're gonna have sex in the kingdom.
That's
We're
right.
another reprobate group. Ain't gonna be no sex in the kingdom. Show me in the scriptures where it says we're gonna have babies in the kingdom. What's that mean?
Well,
Their
right,
children
well,
and their children's children.
Their children and their children.
Wait a minute, who gonna deliver them? The stork? Like in the old Warner Brothers cartoons? Yeah, the stork was all drunk.
Yeah.
Congratulations! Congratulations! You have a boy. You have.
Baby,
Come on, man. You gotta make fun of those guys. You really do. Because they're that fucking stupid.
You know?
I said part of the commandments: be fruitful and multiply.
Multiply. How do you do that? Through sex.
Exactly.
So sex is gonna be in the kingdom.
That's right in the Esau too long.
Lots
man.
of it.
Yeah,
A little one shall become 1,000 and a strong one.
Y'all remember that, right? The Warner Brothers cartoon. Stark had his hat to the side. He had the cap to the side. He's always drunk. He delivered the babies.
Irish accent.
He's dressed like a mailman.
Yep.
Mailman.
That's what those guys believe,
Bugs
evidently.
Bunny, the old Bugs
Yeah, the
Bunny.
old Bugs Bunny
Saturday
cartoon.
morning, Warner Brothers. Bugs
That's the
Bunny.
benefit of growing up in that age.
You can
Which
see that.
they were making fun of
Yeah,
Jake.
young niggas even know what we talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
No sex in the kingdom.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That guy, he delivered a lion
I remember that shit.
to a bear family. Right?
Congratulations.
Yeah, one time he delivered a baby monkey.
Baby.
No, he delivered a straight up baby, an Edomite baby, to a gorilla family.
Yeah.
And then the gorilla family raised up the Edomite
Yeah,
baby.
it's all kind of crazy shit. Yeah,
Like I said, that's the benefit of growing up watching that shit. You know?
Yeah, but it's true. You guys are out your goddamn minds. And the other guys are like, we will have one woman in the kingdom.
They're retarded niggas, man.
One woman
I mean, you're
talking
stupid.
super whole ass niggas, man.
Yeah.
Right?
You got it, brother. You got
Let's read it on. It said, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever, and my servant David shall be their prince forever.
That's it. Look at that. Look at
Come
that.
on, man.
So we got to talk about David, Bryce.
Yeah, man.
Them other groups, they don't talk about David.
Not
They
at
don't
all,
talk
man.
about King David.
Right.
I got one more.
You got it.
So we spoke about we
You
speak
got
about the
something?
kingdom.
Hold this up.
I can close it up with
We
this.
can wrap it. Okay, we'll close it out with science scripture.
Yeah, so we
We're
spoke.
gonna
We
close
said
it out
earlier
so
that
we
the kingdom is the kingdom is
Hey
Yahweh
man,
Shai
this
first.
is the
So
spirit
that-
of Yahweh Bashem.
This is
absolutely.
This is Colossians chapter 1, verse. I'm gonna start at 15, and it's talking about Yahweh Shai, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature.
Yep.
For by him were all things created, that all in heaven and that are in earth.
So can I say something too? We worship invisible power. Yeah.
That's right.
Now, you niggas in the world. First of all, you niggas in the world, I'm not gonna get on into it. Y'all don't understand where we coming from, but you're not the elect.
They're not part of this equation.
You ain't a part of the
You know
equation.
what I'm saying?
They're invisible.
You worship,
don't ring.
You worship
They need
Yes.
to be right.
No, because you read the scripture. That's the only thing I'm saying. We worship an invisible power.
That's right. Yes, we do.
Why? Because of faith.
Faith
Hey,
is
well,
the substance
I got
of
news for you. The thing that's invisible is usually more power than the thing that is visible.
Yeah.
You don't see the wind, but tell a guy who lost his home to a tornado, the wind don't exist. Yeah, go tell him that.
That's the
You don't see the wind.
The righteous shadow of God.
And
So that which is not seen is more powerful.
Boom.
You go in a group, the guy that's in the group that's not seen, he's usually the most powerful. Like, remember Dr. Claw? The cartoons?
Oh,
You never
Inspector
saw
Gadget.
that. Yes, Inspector
Inspector
Gadget.
Gadget.
You never saw
Yeah.
Dr.
All you
Claw.
saw was the glove.
All you saw was the glove.
Voice, you're
But
the
who was the most
Gotcha.
powerful one? Right.
Allegation.
Who was the most powerful one? Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw.
You never saw him though. So the guy that's, guys always want to be seen. Sometimes you don't want to be
You don't want to
seen.
be
That's
seen.
for the little
You know?
guys.
You stay in the background.
Yeah.
The things which are seen are temporal, but
Yeah.
the things which are not seen are eternal.
Exactly.
Oh,
You know?
A guy that always wants to be seen, you can write it up. He's not too bright.
Kind of.
He's not too deep. You know?
He's little on the inside.
There were times Yahweh Shai didn't want to be seen. As it is written, he would run and hide. Like when they tried to come and make him a king, what did he do? He went and hide. That's what he did. It tells you that in the scripture.
Right. Yeah, because he came to exalt the Father.
Exactly.
My time is not yet. He said,
Right.
my time is not
Right.
yet.
He didn't want to shine.
That's why he cussed out Peter when Peter pulled the sword out. He said, look, my time is not yet.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
But Yahweh Shai was
He had
scared.
that
Like,
zealot
look,
spirit on him.
far be it from me to try to come against the will of the Most High.
Right.
Because he already said, my will is to do the will of him that sent me.
That's
and
it.
to complete it.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's it, baby.
Even in the wickedness, you can learn. Like the old mob bosses of old, they didn't want to be seen.
Yeah.
They show you that in The Godfather. The mob boss is sitting. A guy comes up, takes a picture. The mob boss goes, "Give me that camera. Give me that camera."
The
Yeah.
Rothschild.
That's been
Don't
done for
put
him.
it
Yeah, you don't want to be seen. 'Cause,
That idiot that idiot John Gotti
Right.
is the one who.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because he was
That's
little on
why-
the inside.
Where did he spend his last days?
Well, I got news
Where
for
companies
you.
go?
I got news for you, brother. You got John Gotti Israelites.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they wear flashy and they, you know, just like John Gotti was flashy and they're walking.
Yeah.
They want the camera to catch every angle. You know, they want to be seen.
Yeah.
You know?
They want the hot white spotlight.
Yeah, they want.
Frank Lucas.
Frank Lucifer.
No, his,
Pan the camera back. Watch this.
was his boy and shit. His boy said, "Yo, you
Nicky
said
Barnes and all of them.
yeah, no, but remember his boy? That's how they
Yeah.
found him.
Yeah.
His
They
boy-
came in with that fur coat.
He's wearing a big fur coat. He wanted to be seen. He wanted
That
to
was his
flash.
downfall. That
That
fur
was his
coat.
downfall.
Yeah. And that actually really did happen.
Frank,
What
let's
that
say-
Oh no, that was his woman. He was
She brought-
his
she
woman.
brought-
Oh,
she
that's
He
one.
was though. If
Yeah.
the movie's accurate to that part,
Yeah.
but prior to that he had sense.
Yeah.
But he got
For that
weak
one night.
He got weak to his woman. His woman, according to what the movie tells us.
Yeah, but
How
he was
accurate it is, we
Joyce.
don't know.
Well, we were talking about pop culture. The hell with that. Let's, we just use that as an example. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Going back to
Yeah, let's go back to the
now
spirit.
you said these John Gotti Israelites.
Yeah, yeah.
Going back, spinning back to that. But we just use that as an example. As they call us the Bumites. And,
Because it's wickedness, but you can learn a lesson there. The
Yes,
lesson
of
is
course.
don't always want to be seen, man.
Yeah.
You know, just learn to play the background. Just stay in the
Yeah.
background.
you were
What Yahweh Shai said, better it is that the man said, come up hither,
Yeah.
That's right.
Right,
Stop it.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly. Play the background.
play the background.
Yeah.
You know, instead of you stepping up front and whatever,
Right,
then
right.
here it is, you got, I'm
Better to be
roughly
stepped
quoting.
up than to be stepped down.
because the scriptures tell you that, man. The scriptures tell you that. That's why, okay, we wear garments. Oh, really, we wearing replicas. We wear garments. We wear garments. These are replicas of our ancient biblical garments.
Yeah.
And because that's the law.
Yeah.
And what did Apostle Paul say? Do we then make void the law to forbid? Lord forbid. We establish the law.
Right.
So yeah, we wear the garments. We put the border blue and we put the fringes on it.
Right.
And that's it, man.
Yeah, we don't wear the garments to work.
Yeah.
Like the brother from North Carolina did a beautiful video. He said, "You want to wear your garments to work? You're stupid. Go ahead and you want to be, you know, come on, man."
Yeah, garments
Those are retarded.
Yeah.
Look, you know.
Call them try to get a
special needs
education.
Israelites.
Let
But that
your
proves
legs
that those guys are the Pharisees because they do their works what to be seen of
Amen.
men,
Yeah.
right?
Let not your left hand know what your right hand's doing.
Plus, it is written, a Jew is not one outwardly, but one inwardly.
Right.
So you don't see it, but
It's
you
there.
know we're the men of the Lord.
Hey, the
Even
inside-
though you don't see us
Yeah.
every 5 seconds, trying to prove, yeah, see, I'm a man of the Lord. See my fringes, see, you know, that's hypocrisy.
You don't start
Hey,
playing
because if the
outside.
truth, if you're really a man of the Lord, it's going to be in you to do the things of a man of the Lord.
Exactly.
Yahweh Shai said, what is it, John, 3rd chapter, I think, and I remember Apostle Paul used to quote this, how you know a man of the Lord, Yahweh Shai said, he that is sent of the Most High, speaketh the words of the Most High.
Yeah,
Okay, he's going to come from he ain't going to sit there and be dressed up, oh, this guy, look, and that's how these niggas get fucked up.
Yep.
And Yahweh Shai try to tell you, dummies don't go by their appearance because they'll make the outside all clean and everything,
exactly.
but inside full of dead man's bones, man.
There you go.
All right?
And now the dead man's bones are being seen on those guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're beating up women. Let's go down the list. They're beating up women. They don't murder a woman. Yep. What else did they do? Oh, they're calling a guy a pocket, which means extortion.
Extortion.
All that dead man's bones is being seen.
Rip you up.
And they tried valiantly to make themselves squeaky
In the
clean.
spies.
Squeaky clean. Now what's happening to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bones are
There you go. So lesson learned.
That's right.
Lesson learned.
I'm gonna finish this
Yeah,
up.
yeah, please.
It says, for him, Yahweh Shai, were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth,
Right.
visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him.
You look at the principalities, they're not seen, but try telling me they're not powerful.
Very powerful.
And it says, and he is before all things. So he's going to get the kingdom. Yahweh Shai comes first.
That's
He was
it.
the
That's
first
important.
servant.
That's important, brothers.
Yeah, he's got to come back in his life.
You know, we gotta remember that.
Yep. And by him all things consist.
Okay, you got something, Zion?
Yeah, this
And I guess we'll finish up on this.
Yeah, this is the finisher. This is the back to Psalms 55 and 22, and I'm gonna finish the 2 verses. It says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved." So we trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, nothing can move us, man. All right? It says, "But thou, O power, shall bring them down into the pit of destruction. And who's that? The wicked. Esau, 2/3 of you of Israel and the other nations, man. All right, you wicked ass Israelite guys. We see the beginnings of the Lord touching you, and it ain't gonna stop there. It's gonna get worse.
That's right.
All right. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee.
Yeah, there's a lot of you that got blood on your hands, man.
Damn.
That's responsible for a lot of cats getting put to death. A lot of guys falling out of the truth.
Right.
They're gonna die, but the Most High still require that at your hand too.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's
Well,
Ezekiel.
their main sin is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Everything else
against his
can be
name,
forgiven, but come on, man.
blaspheming his name.
Yeah,
son's
that's
name.
what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
The name, man.
Yeah.
You thought you was gonna get away with that, you know? You know what's gonna happen to you?
I think it's a joke.
That's crazy, man.
Now you don't. Well, that's against the commandments. Thou shalt
Yeah.
not take the name of the Most High in vain. You don't
Yeah,
take.
man.
You don't take. Well, Ezra spoke about those that stood so stiffly.
Stiffly.
That's how
Right.
we're supposed to stand. We're supposed to stand stiffly for the name.
Right.
Or the names, I should
Yeah.
say.
Ready to
We
throw
spoke
down,
about that
man.
word immutable,
Yeah, immutable.
unchangeable.
Unchangeable.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that Egyptian dude. The sentence was death.
Yeah.
And all he did was make fun of the name,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which was enough to seal his fate.
Yeah, you're talking about the one his mother was an
Yeah, his mother was an Israelite. But yeah, but his father was a
He's an Egyptian.
He
an
was
Egyptian.
And the nigga woman went with a goddamn Egyptian.
Yeah.
Yeah, broke over there. But he died, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah, he got fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
He got stoned.
And he was put in ward till it would be shown what would happen with him. The
Yeah.
Heavenly Father pronounced
Right.
death.
Right.
The Heavenly
Yeah.
Father said, that motherfucker, I want him dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
Basically.
everything was like quick.
Yeah.
It wasn't no put him in prison for so long and then
Yeah.
everything was done within that
He
period.
died, man.
Right, right.
Why?
It was like, okay, what are we gonna do about this guy? All right, pretty much lock his ass up. Now, what the Lord says, well, the sentence is death. They said, grab this motherfucker out. Everybody get their stones and stone his back.
He was a
And
filthy
the
Hamite.
judgment was swift.
Yeah.
And that's what we know. That's what we know of Yahweh Shem Shai. When the judgment finally does come,
It comes.
there's a long buildup.
Yeah.
But when it finally does come, it's quick.
Right.
It's
Like
swift.
comfy.
Yeah.
Like now, you see nothing but every day I wake up.
Judgment.
Like this guy's the bones. But yo, that's the dead man's bones.
Yep.
All them wicked guys. But them niggas, you know, they wicked too. Because them guys had part in a lot of wickedness, but the Most High ain't dealing with them.
Yeah.
But that's the dead man's bones.
Yeah.
So comfy, and you can see it on his face. Like he's fucked up.
Yeah, he thought he escaped.
Yeah.
You know?
But
How the
Lord-
fuck Esau ain't gonna escape, but you gonna escape,
It
right?
was the fact that Yahweh Shai is just.
Yeah.
And you probably one of the most wickedest Israelites
Yeah, man.
ever created, man.
Yeah, man.
How do you think you sat up there and straight up blasphemed and you try to call yourself the God sent comforter?
Right.
You saying that you Yahweh
The
Shai
water.
himself?
The water.
You think Yahweh Shai gonna let that ride, man?
Yeah,
Let
man.
that slide. Yeah.
That's why I want you to bring this
And
scripture
you
out.
really don't realize the Lord said the deceive and the
Well,
deceiver
you
are
got the
his.
floor. You got the floor.
Come
So,
on, we're gonna
so
close
the,
it out
Lord,
with something.
the Lord really set you up.
Yeah.
Really, and a lot of these other, the Lord set them up for their destruction, man.
That's it,
You
man.
know, and at the end of the day, and that's why in the, what's the second? That was the 16th chapter, towards the latter verses. It said, and at that time, shall my servants be made known.
That's it.
And the Most High is separating us. So it's good that they separate themselves from us. They try to demonize us and everything, because when as the Lord keeps exalting this thing, you're gonna know who the real men of the Lord
Well,
are.
Elijah
remember
made-
the example. Remember the example of Moses and Korah, Dathan, and
Dathan, Korah,
Abiram.
Abiram,
What did
right.
the Lord say? The Lord said, "Separate yourselves from those wicked men."
Yeah.
And when they were separated, what happened? The ground opened up
Yep.
and
Swallowed.
swallowed Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Like I said, the
And
judgment
everything-
was quick.
And their family.
Their family and everything they own.
And their families, they what?
Cattle.
The cattle, right?
Yeah.
The
Well-
ground opened up and swallowed all of them.
Well, Apostle Gabal, I wanted to bring out the point of Elijah when he made fun of the prophets of Baal.
Yeah.
You know, and he said okay, because they were making, it was like a whole bunch of them. I forget the number exactly, but it was only him. He said, okay, we're gonna test if Baal's with you or if the Most High is with me. And I believe it was the what was it, the
Sacrifice that they had.
was it a sacrifice or was it like
they did a pit. Put
Right,
the water in it
and he asked the Most High to
burn it up.
right, to burn it up.
So they kept putting water on his sacrifice
Right.
and all over the place. But then the Lord caused that fire to come down and
Right.
licked up that sacrifice.
Tried it, yeah.
Yep. And made them.
And he mocked them. He mocked those.
He made
Oh
them
yeah,
false
he mocked
prophets.
him.
Yeah, he was.
Where's your
laughing.
God? Speak a little louder. Maybe he's on a long journey.
He's
Maybe
on
he's
vacation.
you know.
A vacation.
Yeah.
Staycation.
So who got a scripture?
Yeah, this is the last scripture here that I wanted to
Close
bring
it out
up.
on this then.
And cause pretty much, brother, we can't forget that this is all about Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai.
Zechariah.
Yahweh Shai being our savior, and that he got to get his first, and then after him is the rising of King David, and then everything falling into place,
Zechariah 14:9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth.
That's the Lord speaking about Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, our Lord, the only one that was worthy according to Revelation, the 5th chapter.
Yeah, if I may say, like
Yeah.
the whole total of tonight is we got to teach. David is going to be exalted.
He's gonna be risen, yeah.
That was what tonight was all about. David being exalted.
That's it.
The prophecy got to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So the Spirit had us talk about David.
That's it.
You
He's
can't-
an important man.
Yeah, after Yahweh Shai, you got to talk about David,
Yeah,
which
man.
is Peter, the head apostle. And Peter is going to come back and sit in his lot, sit in his position, and help guide the nation. Well, really the elect.
Oh, the promise was to David that he said, "Look, your son, I would choose your son, and that he shall sit on your throne after thee
Right.
forever." But he said, "But if he was to transgress me, then he would chasten him."
Yeah, and that
Right?
already happened.
And that happened
Yeah.
2,000 years ago when he was, crucified. But now that's done, so now everything is back in his order. It's still the same order. King David's throne.
You Israelites out there, you got to know about David.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to know about David. That's our king, man. We just read the prophecy,
That's right, man.
Hosea 3:4. After you return, you shall seek the Lord and David your king.
The Spirit wanted to come out, man.
So the Spirit wanted that to come out. That's what tonight was all about.
Yeah.
Hosea 3:4. David your king.
We didn't play,
And we didn't plan it. We didn't even talk about it.
No.
It's spiritual.
Well, David in the Hebrew is Dawayad, right?
Yeah.
It means
Yeah.
beloved.
Beloved, yeah.
Beloved of the Heavenly
Hey,
Father.
it's like a positive boy. We were
Yeah.
speaking about the comforter, right? The Spirit just had me go to his site,
Okay.
and he's got this page here because we're talking about the dead men's bones.
Yeah.
So this is a page that they got set up where you put in a prayer, you submit to the so-called comforter that he could pray to the Most High for you, right?
He's saying he's Yahweh Shai.
Saying he's the mediator.
Basically,
Yeah.
now we're talking about the dead man's bones.
Yeah.
This is page one. There's over 55,000 pages.
Uh-huh.
Show you how many bones that this man fucking
Collected.
collected.
Well,
the
what
bone
did
collector.
Yahweh Shai say? He said in Matthew 7, he said, enter ye through the straight gate. For wide is the gate,
And
and
broad
broad
is
is the
the
way
way
that
leadeth
leadeth
to
to destruction,
And
and many there be which go in
thereat.
there. That's living proof right there. The path of truth is narrow, man.
Exactly, man.
It was so different between Comfy and Peter Popoff.
No, Thomas Zion.
No, but I'm saying
Thomas
Peter-
Kearney.
Thomas
Peter
Kearney.
Popoff, Sterling Thomas.
Kearney Thomas.
Or Gina,
Holy
his
water.
name, Gina.
Somebody put Quadash Shapat. He put how stupid can you be though? Jeremiah 4:22. Quadash. My people are foolish. They are sottish children. You know, that's how.
I can't believe
That's what I'm saying. Like I told some other brothers through the Spirit of Yahweh now.
Hey, the Spirit orders to stop.
Amen. All them guys that follow the false
They were
prophets,
trying to stop.
the Lord did that to keep them away from us, man. The Most High did it to keep them away from us.
garbage collectors, basically.
What did John the Baptist say? John the Baptist,
Bring forth fruit.
So the Lord is only going to send the
22.
brothers to the truth. That's right.
And then when the wicked version
And
tried to
usually a
come
phone-
and get baptized, he
Right.
said,
First out.
he said, we want you to rat to come.
2 hours.
He's like, what the hell you doing?
Yeah.
So was that it?
Yeah, Taz, if you can finish it out and then we just close it out.
All right. Zechariah 14:9.
We were freaks starting to come on.
It says, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Lord, and his name one.
Right, and he has a king under
One
him.
Lord, and his name one.
Yeah, one Lord. And that's Yahweh Shai, and under him he has his king. his chosen king, which is King David, man.
That's
which
right.
is
King David's
Mashiach.
gonna be the man, man.
And he will be risen. He'll be
Remember,
risen.
he's the shepherd, man. He's the shepherd that took oversight over the sheep.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Amos the 9th chapter goes into that as
So
well.
he's gonna get crowned first.
Yahweh said,
that's why David was
love me,
chosen, because he was a shepherd.
Feed
David
my
was an
flock.
actual shepherd.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because Yahweh Shai said he's gonna put crowns on their heads, right? So
Who get crowned
who
first?
get crowned first?
First,
That's
exactly.
the king. He's
David.
the king.
David.
Well, Apostle Paul quoted the scripture in Corinthians, man.
Yeah.
The first fruits, Yahweh Shai
First.
and then the first fruits,
Yep.
according to their order.
Well, there's
So,
an order.
so that's why really, and we made shows, man, and I did this shit, don't get caught up in rank and all that. A lot of guys are looking to become, look, man, I'm just happy to be a servant of the Yahweh. You know what I'm saying?
Same
Like,
here.
whatever title, we don't really worry about titles. You brothers out there, don't get all concerned about the first in command, second and third command.
Yahweh Shai cursed the disciples out
He
behind
cursed the
that.
disciples out, man.
You know?
He said, and he told them straight, said, and that's not of me to give anyway, because why? The Most High already sets the order. The order's already set in, man. Look, man, you come, just fall in place, man.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You know, through the Spirit, man. You're supposed to be coming in the unity of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Flow in the spirit.
Flow in the Spirit, man.
That's
Don't sit there and say, well, look, brother, I'm over you, you over me. Oh, I gotta use the bathroom before you because I'm over you. You gotta get in line according to rank to use the bathroom. Don't do all that shit. That's Edomite shit, man.
They had that at One West. Where did that go?
Yeah.
You saw that before.
Yeah.
They had that nonsense
Go to the
at
store
One
for me,
West.
brother.
Yeah,
You get rank. I'm a soldier. Now, niggas will take the soldier's test.
yeah,
I'm a soldier. You a trooper.
Yeah.
Go to the store for me, y'all.
yeah.
Right.
Come on, man.
That's all. Now the key thing. What's the name of this show called? The name gonna be
The King David shall return.
King David Return. Now, what did the scripture say about King David? Right? He's a man after the Most High's heart, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's how show you how heavy he is. And the Lord said, we read the scriptures, the Lord is about to make King David the king, the ruler over his people, right? But now King David said he don't care even if he was just only a gatekeeper in the kingdom. Showing you the mentality. And here it is. We know that his name. He's beloved of the Most High. The Most High delivered him out of so many different situations, man, and death. Right? And he still took the humble approach of, look, I'm a gatekeeper.
That's the point.
That's the mentality that bro, you just want to make it there, man.
Yeah.
Like Elder Big Guy said, look, I don't care if I'm a number 144,000.
Yeah,
As long as I make it.
As long as I make it, that's that
that's
thing,
a good
brother.
saying.
Because
I'll be number 144 in the back of, and I feel the same way.
Or when the saints come marching in, how I want to be.
Be in that
number.
That's talking about the elect.
the scripture says the righteous shall
You
scarcely
gotta get out of here.
scarcely
Kick that
be
nigga out,
delivered, man. So you got all these other Israelites all over the place, all these kids popping up all the place. Well, guess what? A lot of them ain't gonna make it, man. Many are called, but the chosen are few, man. You know, so you got all these other. They come into the race now all of a sudden and everything. But all these multitudes of Israelites, man, a lot of them gonna be put to death here, man. There's gonna be a great death that's gonna come, and that's what's gonna shake up a lot of so-called brothers, man.
Oh, there's gonna be a
A lot
shaking.
of brothers,
There's gonna be a shaking up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
you know.
In Amos, the prophecy
Yeah.
that will sift the house of Israel.
Yeah.
When you look up the word sif in the Hebrew, it's nawai,
Right.
which means to totter and shake. So the Heavenly Father is going to shake. Well, Habakkuk, Haggai 2:6. Once more I rise up to shake the earth. So Yahweh Baal Shem Yahshua is going to shake things up. The faith of certain guys are going to be shaken.
Right.
You know, so we just want to make sure as the shaking happens, you're able to hold on. If you got strong roots,
Right.
if you shake a tree, if the tree has strong roots,
Ain't
the
going
tree ain't going nowhere, no matter how much you shake it.
Yeah, you're right.
So our roots got to be strong.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever seen the islands when a hurricane
thinking about
comes, the palm tree?
Yeah.
Oh, you see,
yeah,
I've seen it. They go back down and come back.
Come right back
A coconut tree is some of the strongest trees you'll ever see.
Yeah.
We saw that
That's
in the
heavy,
islands.
man. No
Coconut
wonder
tree.
no wonder the Lord
Yeah, they
chose
bend.
palms to be thrown at his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's heavy. 'cause
Well, that's
they're
what Bruce
strong.
Lee said. Bruce Lee said you got to bend and be flexible.
Yeah.
He said if you're rigid in a fight, you got to learn how to bend and be. That's the strong guy. Because you know he bend with the adversity.
Well, that's right. Hey, man. I mean, I'm just going to say it anyway.
Yeah.
Like when Apostle Tahar was training me in boxing, like we would train every day, be in the gym, and he was, you got to be loose. You got to be loose, brother. You're still too stiff. You're still too stiff. And I used to get mad. Like, what the fuck? In my mind, I thought I was like, nah, but you still too
Tense.
you still too tense. But then eventually you get it.
Yeah.
You gotta be loose.
Remember what you said about the bamboo? You
Yeah.
said this is the bamboo.
Yeah, yeah.
It's flexible.
Yeah,
it's
that's
strong.
right.
And when your flashy routine cannot keep up with the
You will
strength
be
of this
finished,
bamboo,
baby.
all I can say, baby, is you'll be in hot water. Something like that. He said.
That's right.
He showed the bamboo and he bent it. You know.
Yep.
So that we're not too rigid. That's why we crack jokes.
Yeah.
You can't be all rigid in this.
Balance.
You know, like Esau. You know,
Balance.
like there's
All
no
robotic.
Yeah, all robotic.
Yeah, robotic, man.
Like the Zappa one. You saw it in the film.
Oh,
It's the Zappa one.
I didn't see him.
You remember the Zappa one, right?
Of course.
He's always been a robot.
Yeah.
In that film with
He wasn't
Comfy.
right.
Yeah, in that film with Comfy is in the back. I looked at the Zappa and I said, where the fuck is this guy's spirit? This guy's a fucking robot. Look at him. He's like a zombie.
Almost couldn't recognize
You know? You couldn't even recognize him.
first,
I had to look again. Is that the Zappa one?
Hey, brother, he can't
And
go
he's
to
still
jail.
fucking my company.
But you going to jail? You going to jail with
Other guys,
To stop a
other niggas that came later broke off, but the Zappa one is still.
He's in a trance, man.
That's what y'all.
He's in a trance. You got to see him in that. The guy's in a trance.
So he's probably
You can see it in his eyes.
He's
That's
a
where life
clone.
goes wrong.
He's dead. They put a zombie. He's a
Yeah.
zombie.
He's a clone.
He's a clone.
And then the one dude that was filming it, he was cursing out to Zappa.
That's what
You saw that, right? He said to Zappa, you're a good brother, blah, 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 but you need to wake up, blah, 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 blah.
He's far gone.
I couldn't believe I was looking at him and said, oh shit, look at this nigga. And we know to Zappa. And sorry how Esau don't give a fuck. They put his government there. Warrington, Lincoln, some shit.
Lincoln Mercury.
Yeah, Lincoln Mercury.
Man, that's fucked up.
He's going to jail.
Hey, you guys are finished, man. You had your little fun in the sun. Now you're done.
And Lincoln Mercury, that's
Stop
named
and
after
shop.
2 pieces of shit cars.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, but I guess that dude to Zappa one, I guess he was we loved the brother back. He was like a beautiful.
No, he looked out for us.
He looked out for
Yeah,
us. He was a robot.
Yeah, but he's a fucking robot.
He wasn't right.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
North, right?
That's right. Even when he was on the Richard Page show with Lahab.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't try. Even on that, remember?
Or Richard Bay capitalized on
Lahab
it.
fucking his magnets.
Yeah.
And so well, even Richard Page said, what? This guy.
Yeah, Richard Bay capitalized. He said, put a quarter in this guy and he comes to life. Because he's a fucking robot. Even Richard Bay peeped that. He said, put a quarter in this guy and he comes to life.
That's fucked. He's like a Pez.
And Richard Bay, he wasn't all, but he was perceptive enough. He was perceptive enough to see that through that dude. He said, put a quarter and it becomes to life.
The whole time he was quiet. He was quiet the whole time. He just came out. What the hell is doing?
What was that it?
Yeah, I think we all.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you brothers were edified, man. Hopefully you were edified too. I know you were because we could tell by the comment board. Man, that comment board was on fire.
Hey, well, we got 205 brothers.
Hey, well, the spiritual, man, of sincere brothers. It's about being sincere, man. You know, the Lord ain't dealing with the masses, man. You know?
No.
So, hey, brothers, stay strong. Keep fighting, man.
Elder Madassah, can I add to what you said was so profound, man. That's the secret. The Lord ain't dealing with the masses.
Yes.
The word mass means dead. He always deals with a small number.
That's right.
You brothers remember that. He always deals with a small number.
Small
A
sanctuary.
chosen few. The scriptures speak about the precious faith of the elect. Why is the faith precious? Because it's few. Not too many men have it. That's why it's precious. If everybody had it, it wouldn't be precious. It's precious because not too many men have it.
That's why you got to fight to keep what you got.
You got to fight.
The scriptures say that what you have.
And who's our main enemy? Who's our main enemy? Who's our main enemy?
Ourselves.
Ourselves.
Yes.
Ourselves. Look in the mirror. That's our main enemy. Ourselves.
You got to kill that nigga from within.
Yeah, man, yeah.
The Apostle Paul said that. When he said I keep under my body, what was he saying?
Yeah.
He said that I know. He said within me dwelleth. He said within me dwelleth no good thing. That is to say, my flesh.
Yep.
So that shows me our worst enemy is ourselves.
Wretched man that I am.
Yeah.
That's right, brother.
So, hey, with that, man, give all praise to Yahweh. Shalom to the elect of Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Akim, stay